fact that I forgot to put stream link. I'll just put it in the comments.
Yippee!
I am a mess. I am racing to get this poster done so I can get this poster done and start doing the zine piece that I agreed to do and then dating sim stills that I also agreed to do.
I'm not gonna stream on my end today, mostly just because I'm too tired to set up stream, and I want to focus my energy on playing for once.
Nice.
Completely understandable.
I've been streaming so much recently, and
Okay,
I'm sick of OBS.
that is fair. All right, let
I'm so
me.
glad I pawn all the work off on you guys.
Mm.
You're so lucky that I was going to do it anyways. All right, there we go. We got the cam set up.
Yippee!
Okay.
Woo.
We make this a little bit smaller. Put Discord back up, and I am good to go whenever.
Cool. Let's start.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Wait, the stream or the game?
Well, the stream
Are
is
you already
already.
streaming?
We're already streaming.
We're
Okay.
streaming.
Cool. I never know when these things are on.
I'm assuming we're going to.
In that case.
I'm assuming we're treating this like Apex and Aberrations, where we'll do our recap, introduce ourselves, something in that order.
Yeah,
Something
yeah,
like
exactly. Yeah. So, welcome back. If you've been watching us, if not, then just welcome, I guess, to our Cyberpunk Red game, Soul of Steel. I'm Chance. I'm the referee, or the GM, if you want to be boring about it. I'm running this game. Been a big Cyberpunk fan for a long time. Gonna try to include lore and shit in here for the nerds. But these guys aren't. These two, my two players here, not familiar with Cyberpunk, so
Not at
they're kind
all.
of diving into this in the first time. Normally we have 3 players, but our third player Keith is out today, so
I killed him.
just these two.
Yeah.
Actually,
I killed him, so unfortunate.
Yeah, the
He'll come back,
operation.
but,
the
it's
operation
gonna be
didn't
an
go too
inconvenience
well.
for a
I'm
while.
sorry.
He's like,
Yeah, we have to, like that short film that came out, the TF2 short film Emesis Blue. It's like that, where there's a couple of like really fucked up variants of him that we have to kill first, and then he'll come back and that'll just take like a week or so. So he's gone for now, but he'll be back.
Yep.
All right.
Oh, never mind. I found his replacement.
Before we go balls deep into this, once again, Cyberpunk is a rated M game, and I strongly insist that if you are under the age of 18, click off the stream right now. We don't want you here.
Leave. Get the fuck out of here.
But not that it's anything against you. It's mostly against your age. Anyways, yeah, don't get in trouble. Don't get us in trouble.
We just, genuinely, like, just stay safe. Everyone in the audience. There's also a lot of hi. I'm also trying to help with this little announcement thing. You don't have to lick me while I'm doing it. There's like a very mature themes in Cyberpunk, as Kara said. There's also depictions of violence and gore, probably. So just reminder that this game can be very bloody, that this game is very, I guess, like, real in the sense that it tackles some shit. It tackles some shit. So stay safe. And as always, people with mental health is valid. Cyberpunk's treatment of mental health is comme ci comme ça, but we have been told by Chance that we are going to be addressing that in some way or another. Either way, just stay safe, everyone.
Yeah. All of that, and then a third thing that right. No, yeah, definitely we do deal with mature stuff. You learned that lesson yesterday, more or less.
The most mature thing of all, John F. Kennedy.
We did a little spin-off episode, which I didn't announce, but we did stream it, so it's probably in the VOD somewhere. Let's see, what else is there to cover? We play the Cyberpunk game. It's set in 2023. Last time, in our first episode, at any rate, these our players are members of a nomad family known as the Killjoys,
Make
and
some noise.
they were recruited by they were recruited by Japanese nomad named Kongo to kidnap an Arasaka executive and interrogate him for intelligence about a shady, illegal program that Arasaka is suspected to be dealing with. Um, Dean, or well, Paradise, our
Hi.
resident media, also figured out pretty quickly that Kongo is actually Yorinobu Arasaka, the rebellious son and former heir to the Arasaka Corporation itself. Um, Paradise, Blight, and Rockhat are our players. Kidnapped that executive, interrogated him, and learned about a um, Arasaka's Project Tengu, for which they've been kidnapping people off the streets, and Kongo, or Yorinobu, promptly executed Harko to tie up loose ends. It's been a week since that session, both in real life and in game, and in that time, Paradise has also gone out to collect a bit of a scoop, an extra story from the streets of Night City, um, and well, I mean, it was interesting. It took an interesting path.
It certainly did.
And that is going to lead us to where we are today, July 26, 2023.
That's today.
Whoa.
That
No
is
way.
today. That's
It's
how I'm going to
almost
start
like
all my monologues.
It's almost like this was planned.
It's almost like
was
this
planned.
game passes in real time.
It does, mostly. I mean, not always. You'll see what I mean later, but you know, July 26th, 2023. A Night City day brings with it millions of colorful emotions among all her citizens, shifting and transforming as people build friendships or end vendettas. It's hard to end a Night City day feeling just the same way you started it, whether for better or for worse. Rockcat is not here today, and I was
Dead.
going to do a whole thing about how she has like a new body, a new cool cybernetic body that came with the internal linear frame that she looted off of Harcrow. But you know, she's not here. Maybe she's just minding her own business today, you know. Um, and maybe, just maybe, we're gonna do a one shot explaining where she went.
Ooh.
Oh, I should
Or maybe
stream
we'll
that.
not. Yeah, we'll see.
Let me know so I can at least have the things recording. I won't participate, but it'll be there.
Yep. Meanwhile, Yorinobu, or Kongo, I'm trying. I have to make sure that I don't dead name him. Has been staying with the nomads for the last week, ever since initially hiring you guys, feeling safer among his kin, more or less. Light, you were working on the installation procedures for Rockhat for a couple of days. It was a pretty extensive. Or at least or about like a day. It was a pretty extensive process. But what did you get up to in the week afterwards?
Mostly, I would imagine after doing the whole procedure on Rockhat, she just needs like a lot of space as she's thinking things over in her head, like okay, well, I just put more chrome in this person who's already super chromed up. I should observe.
Yes. Um, and while I think while Blight's while Rockhat's a lot of their cyberware was largely non-functional or medical grade, more or less, at the time of where you found them. There's still obviously dangers from specifically from the extensive process to implant the muscle graft and then the linear frame, which was a very it's a very impactful procedure, so there definitely was stuff to watch out for. But I think that can you actually, how about you make a deduction roll for me?
Deduction roll.
Deduce.
I have to go find it again. It's intelligence, right? There we go.
While you're finding it, my baby has fallen asleep on my lap.
Oh,
Adorable.
what a good boy.
And now
Anyways,
I can't move.
I got an 11.
An 11? It's hard to tell. These you from your earlier assessments of Rockcat, you kind of got the feeling that Rockcat's already actually very like stable in terms of how vulnerable she is to the effects of implanting cyberware. So there's there's a good reserve of mental fortitude that she's been able to draw from, and she hasn't really changed too much recently.
Alright. I will keep that in mind.
At least as far as you can tell.
Yep.
Ooh.
Um,
I know Hammy. It's mysterious.
and let's see, what about some, and then and then Paradise, you have been working on your whole media publishy, edity, scoopy stuff.
Yeah, I've been having quite a week. I mean, ever since that all went down in the one shot, I've been I've been in a state of mostly double taking like most things and just making sure that what I'm seeing is what I'm actually seeing. I've been trying to. I think she hasn't told anyone the particularly interesting part of the thing that happened after the clown encounter. She hasn't told anyone that yet. And I honestly think that she's grappling with it a fair bit, considering the fact that she wants to present the truth, and she's worried that if she can't trust what she's seeing, how exactly is she going to be able to present truthful news if she's not perhaps seeing things beyond what's just in front of her. It's that fear. As someone who actually has experienced like hallucinations in the past, due to lack of sleep, it is a very scary thing when you can't trust your own brain. So I think she's been going over that like post-clown encounter and A, grappling with the absurdity, B, grappling with the oh fuck, are my implants getting to me at this point? I mean, they're both quite close to my brain. Has something gone off in the explosion? Has something gone out of place? Oh god.
Is there have you been taking any like particular like steps to like kind of like reckon with that and like maybe like confirm?
I think it's unfortunate, but I think she's too stubborn and perhaps even a little bit nervous that she doesn't. One of her biggest fears is to be seen as unreliable. So I think right now she's just been too scared to actually talk about it. Alongside that, she's been relatively nervous about like checking her burner phone. I don't think she's checked it the entire week because one of the last things she sent was to Finley. So she hasn't checked her burner all week. She's been kind of mostly just typing away in her tent at the news report, the drop of the week, of the month rather. And yeah, she hasn't really made any steps to trying to figure it out. Maybe she's done some like, I think she would do some, there's no Google here, I'm imagining, but I just want to do, is there any way to search if there's any like purple powdered drugs?
Right.
That could cause hallucinogens.
So with the like crash of the net just last year, doing that sort of like online research is very difficult. But I think there might be places to do that sort of thing. Can you make a library search check for me?
Yeah, I'm going down to the library. Yeah. Gotcha. Where is that? Let me look with my eyeballs. Library. I know, Hammy. I'm looking for the library. Can you help me find it? Okay, that is a 15.
A 15. Okay.
I know how to search the web, or the not web, the library.
Yeah. And I assume should I assume that you've been back into the city any time in the last week since the Bozo encounter?
Yeah. To do the drops themselves, she
Yes.
goes all around the city and every nook, every cranny. So she's
Okay.
absolutely stopped in some places and tried to like ask around, like, "Hey, have you know anything about any purple powder going around? You know, just out of curiosity."
Interesting. Um, can you make a streetwise check on top of that for me? I should have actually had you made the streetwise check first, but it's fine. It doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
I'm waiting for all
No,
the
you're not.
Cyberpunk red nerds to come and harass us for playing the game wrong.
It's fine.
Hey, we love exploding. We love exploding. That's a 25.
Let's go.
Jesus. Okay. Um,
They
I
call
was
me
gonna
the
treat
queen.
the streetwise as like sort of a complimentary skill check. Um, and what we have here is um, you do some research as best as you can through like local data terms, some of which are like air gapped from the internet and thus not susceptible to the virus plaguing the greater net.
Mhm.
And also just through regular good old like asking folks on the street. And that line of inquiry leads you through to the types of weaponry that the bozos use,
Yes.
um, and and to greater talking about the bozos themselves. Um, as far as you're aware, they're not necessarily the type to use hallucinogens or anything like that in their weaponry because they would rather just like actually make those nightmares of
Mhm.
yours come to life. Like they're not gonna trick you. They're just gonna like they're not gonna trick you with like, rats in your fridge or something, like a
Mhm.
horde of angry rats in your fridge. They're just gonna actually put
The
rats in your
usual.
fridge.
Yeah, okay. That makes sense. That makes sense for the bozos.
Yeah.
Gotta love the. Can you not? Ah! Got.
But, then that also just leaves you with perhaps further questions because
Yes.
then now irrevocably John F. Kennedy was real.
Yes. That is the unfortunate thing that she comes to realize, which is, oh fuck, if the bozos didn't do it, and dear God, I saw John F. Kennedy. So, you know, she's just gonna she does that research, and then like I said before, she spends the rest of the week being slightly a bit of a nervous wreck, um but in ways where people just think that she's doing her usual like bog lady nasty creature woman stuff, aka
Mhm.
hunching around in her room with the vrrr of her laptop going ridiculous and sneaking around places all hunched over. So it's nothing out of the ordinary for her to be doing that, but there's stuff on her mind now that she is John F. Kennedy. And that's been my week.
Interesting. Um, yeah. In this intervening week, have either of you like gone and like taken the time to like speak to Congo? He has been. You've seen him definitely like hanging around the camp and like speaking to various people. He helped with the packing up and relocating of the camp after Mommy Vera came back, and helped you guys kind of move away from Militech's prying eyes, move into a different part of the desert. Um, but in that time, like, have you guys like gone and like voluntarily spoken to him?
I would imagine Blight probably like went up to him and said, "Hey, I got some of the cyberware off of him, but Neuralink broke. That thing's busted right now."
I think, yeah, in that time, he goes up, he looks at it and like kind of like examines it with you and says, hmm, well, the important thing is that you got it off of him. What you do with it now is none of my concern. Thank you for your assistance.
Yeah, no problem. Um,
He he seems kind of um distracted, I guess, kind of lost. Like, his mind is on other things. You've you
how obvious is this? Like, does Blight
I'm I
catch on to it,
hmm.
or
Make a human perception roll for me.
human perception roll? Here I go. Control F should save me in this.
I should
Apparently
start
not.
using that.
Uh, don't do it. It doesn't work.
No.
Why doesn't it work? There we go. 12.
12. Uh yeah, he looks maybe like kind of like guilty, maybe kind of like remorseful about uh about something. Um and I mean, you did watch him murder a guy in front of you. And now you're looking at something that was in that murdered guy's spine, more or less.
I'm not great at this kind of thing, but I'm assuming this is about Harcrow.
Congo looks at you and nods. I Killing him was necessary. I he was too much of a threat, a loose end. Still, I'm not a cold-blooded murderer. I'm not my brother or my father. I tried to make it quick, honorable, but I'm afraid that I was simply brutal.
I mean, I'm not gonna say if you did the right thing or not. Honestly, I'm not even sure if there's a right or wrong in this world sometimes, but after everything he said about cyber psychos, you're a better person than me because I probably would have made things worse for him.
Hmm. He thinks about that for a moment and says, I I try to do the right thing where I can. I know that my family will not. He looks at you and says, do you have family? Anyone related to you by blood? Nomads, of course, are their own thing, but any father, mother, sibling?
Yeah, just about everyone does, but I I don't really like talking about it, and I'd much rather keep the past buried as much as I can.
I wish my family could say the same. My brother, Kay, seems more focused on burying me, however. He's been trying to kill me ever since I abandoned my family, my corporation. and he's nearly succeeded a few times.
Well, it's a shame, but Killjoys here are safe at least. I don't. I really. I'm not. I'm not good at this, but I guess if you get hurt, you know who to come to.
There's still a somewhat distant look in his eyes, but he kind of comes back to Earth a little bit, like looks at you, nods, and he says, "I have something that I wish to talk to you and Paradise about later, concerning Project Tengu and our investigation."
Right, Paradise. I don't think I've seen her that much lately, actually. If I had to guess, she's probably just in her quarters somewhere.
He nods. "I think I'll go check on her. Do you want to join me, or are you busy?"
Yeah, I can tag along.
Paradise, there is
Mhm.
a knock against the crate in front of your
The
tent.
crate. I think you catch her in the middle of staring at her burner phone, like towing the line between like opening it up, just a crack, and like peering under the side and not actually fully opening it up. But the second that she hears the knock, she just like slips her thumb out of it, lets it like slam shut, and she's just gonna go like, right, who is it?
Blight and Kongu.
Blight and Gongo. All right, make yourselves comfortable. Barge on in.
The
She
Congo,
she
yeah,
also is gonna like just gonna like stick her hand at the tent as well, and is gonna like put a finger that says wait. Um, Gongo, you remember the rule about coming into my tent, don't you?
you Blight, you watch Congo like kind of like um just like kind of like rub his like shiny polished boots around in the dirt
Gotta be dirty to
a little bit
enter.
until the shine's like not quite there anymore, and then he comes inside.
Right, good lad.
He
I want to make a specific note here that she makes everyone in the camp do this, dirty themselves before they enter her tent. Besides Blight, because she knows Blight has to stay sterile for working purposes.
For numerous reasons.
Yeah. And I think she honestly has a corner of the room that is clean, that is just for Blight to stand in.
Blight just is standing in that corner, her eyes wide and swirling.
Oh no. Is this an intervention for the lack of fucks I give? Nah, I'm just joking with ya. What's up?
Congo, he goes, kneels in front of you. Not he always among the like nomad camp. Congo has like a kind of stands out because like one, his just style of fashion is obviously more Japanese, and the Killjoys are more American Western. But
Mhm.
also he takes a good amount of care to like make sure that he's always like pretty clean. Not necessarily, he's not like germophobic or like averse to dirt or anything, but like there's definitely this sort of like polished sort of air to him. Um,
Yeah.
but he kneels in front of you, takes off the helmet that he usually keeps on when just walking around camp, um, and he says, "I've examined the development center, the Project Tengu Development Center that Hardcrow spoke of.
Right.
It's large, well guarded, too deep in the city to be in danger of a strike from Militech. I don't think that the four of us alone would be able to make any sort of headway."
Great.
Do
More
we-
people.
Do we have any follow-up on the boss of Harcrow? The one he was going to go to meetings with at the seafood restaurant. Do we have any lead up on that, or is this all we got?
It seems that she may have gone to ground a little bit.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
And on top of that, the kidnapping and his subsequent disappearance has caused her to increase security around the area. I think that we should assemble a team to sabotage the facility and document it to shame Arasaka.
Well,
After
you got a bunch of words that interest me. Shame is one of them. Another one of them is document, and specifically shame in Arasaka. I mean, you already know I'm gonna say yes to this. No matter how much this is probably gonna be a pain in the arse to accomplish without a couple of casualties. In fact, it's likely that we will have casualties. So before we go into this, yes, we're going to assemble a team, but I don't want to be assembling people who have kids and families to go home to. I mean, not that I'm saying that there's least expendable people, but I don't want to leave any kids orphaned in the wake of this. That's what I'm getting at. People who are willing to give their lives for the cause.
I understand.
I want people who are signing up for this to know what the hell they're getting into.
I feel the same way. I've spent the last week speaking to my contact in the city, and I think I know exactly who to look for.
Yeah, right. You got a name?
He nods and looks at Blight and he looks at Blight for a little bit and then says I know few mercenaries in the city with the skills and subtlety we need. There are more, but I intend to handle that another time. For now, the two that I'm looking for have skills, they have subtlety, and they have a grudge against Arasaka. There's a solo, Jayton, skilled in stealth, infiltration, and a netrunner, Spider Murphy. They're in the city, somewhere, hunting the Arasaka executive that killed Murphy's best friend and the greatest netrunner of all time, Raish Bartmoss.
Alright.
Two are highly effective. Jayton is one of the best solos in the city. Spider Murphy, as far as I'm aware, is the best netrunner in the world now.
Right. So I get that, you know, you love them to death and such. They sound absolutely wonderful, you know. So that's all great and all. Are you sure that just two guys and Blight and I, you think that's going to be enough to storm all of Project Tengu?
Also, you do know where to find them, right? And they'll know that you sent us.
Yeah. You're fondling their bowls a lot in terms of, you know, their accomplishments and stuff, but, yeah, do you have contacts for them? Like, can you just rally them up, or are they, something that we're gonna need to hunt down? Because,
He frowns and says, "Yes, therein lies the problem. I
always
am
a problem.
I am confident that we could convince them to join us. They both have their own individual vendettas against Arasaka that show no signs of abating anytime soon. But they are in the wind at the moment, as it were. There are more that I intend to recruit, but for now, I would like to focus on these two. I think that what we need to do is figure out who they're hunting. All I know is that they're hunting whatever executive would have authorized the strike that killed Spider Murphy's friend. But I don't know who that is.
An executive who's murdered people in the Arasaka Corporation. Well, you're gonna have to find more narrowing statistics to get us to the right person, because as far as I'm considered, every single person in Arasaka has, if not directly, called the hit on someone. So, yes, he's a high-profile target, but that's what Arasaka's good at. Taking care of people who could try and, knock him down if they had enough people behind them. So, I'm just saying, it's a particular needle in a hay bale of needles. A bunch of fucking needles, all covered in blood. We're trying to find the needle that has specifically the DNA of this guy on it. Is it a tall order?
Yeah, you definitely got our work cut out for us this time.
As always.
He nods and says, "Yes, I am aware. This strike in particular, was especially high profile, however. They dropped a rock from orbit on Bart Moss's apartment. Not exactly the most common method of assassination.
Extra.
Yes, well, Bart Moss was a very, very valuable target to Arasaka. Perhaps if you know anybody on the street, either of you, you may be able to ask them for something. My contacts are not, they didn't have any information themselves, but things may go differently for you."
Well, you're talking to two of the most antisocial people in all of the Killjoys, but
arguably, though,
sure
this is right up your alley.
Yeah, this is up my alley, you're right. I was just, trying to downplay myself before, I tell you that, yeah, I got you covered, mate. I should be able to track down at least someone. I mean, knowing the underground, knowing Little Europe, I'm sure we'll scrounge someone up. I at least have one contact who could probably give us something. Not sure. If you don't mind me asking, what section of the city are we talking about in terms of where this attack happened? Do you happen to know that?
Art Moss's apartment was in it was in North Side, a very nondescript Connacht in a less notable area of town. But whatever executive had the authority to authorize such a strike most undoubtedly would be working in the Corp Center in Arasaka HQ itself.
Right. Okay. Well, tall point of an order you've asked from us, but I suppose talking to people is somewhat of my speciality, so as always, consider me in. Not sure about you, Blight.
I don't like the prospect of having to talk to more people, but I also don't really like the idea of more cyber psychos in Night City. So, yeah, I guess I'm in.
The short term is good to get through to help the long term, I suppose. Okay. Well, as always, thank you for giving us more opportunities to spit in the face of Arasaka. Gotta say, it's becoming one of my favorite activities.
There will be money in it too, if that helps at all.
I could use a little help this month paying rent. I don't exactly make as much money as I used to. So, it's appreciated. Alright, well, suppose you got any further information for us before we head off on a wild goose chase?
He thinks and says, "No, but if you want me to accompany you, I can."
I just flash my eyes over to Blight. Your call.
We could use.
I'm fine with whatever.
We can use the extra help. I don't mind that, I guess. But your clothes, they kind of stick out a bit amongst Paradise and I. Wouldn't you agree?
He kind of like glances over at Paradise. Honestly, I feel. I mean, I personally feel like Paradise is the one that stands out between the two of you.
Oh.
But I don't know.
But I don't stand out in Night City. I stand out in the way
True.
that people don't want to look at me. So.
True. I think though that Congo and Blight both have like kind of like flashier, like kind of like classically like edge runner sort of like outfits.
But
like,
it's,
you know, like
I mean it.
streetwear.
I mean it a little more in the sense that if his attire is much more like Japanese, then
like culturally.
yeah.
It
I don't know
it's
how
a pretty
much of,
diverse city.
All
Especially,
right.
and Night City is very diverse with like a very strong Japanese population.
Yeah, but the other thing too, if Congo is like very clean, refined, and polished, Blight is simply only sterile, and that is it. So if
That's fair.
if he's looking like a little bit more like polished than Paradise and Blight, might catch some glances here and there.
Get muddy.
Why don't we all make wardrobe and style and personal grooming checks?
Oh boy.
Oh, I'm right fucking shite at this.
I have to go find it again, because these are such
Oh,
silly checks.
I exploded. I'm the most stylish person in the party with
It's
my
just
oversized
wardrobe and style, right?
bag lady chic shit.
Wardrobe and style, and then personal grooming.
Personal grooming is a 19 because I exploded.
I
Nice.
got a 12, and then 12 in wardrobe and style, and then personal grooming is up here.
And my wardrobe and style is
Dice
it's the
implosion.
same.
I'm probably dice implosion. I got a 1. I'm probably leaking fluids.
I also got a 1 for wardrobe and style.
Oh my god. Okay.
Okay,
hang
so
on.
wait. So
My personal grooming is great.
it's just like a chinchilla rolling in the dust.
Literally, but my wardrobe and style is the worst.
So we're opposite, essentially.
Exactly. You're dripped out, but just not.
Just a
Dripped
little.
out, leaking fluids. Me, reverse drip, absolutely polished sleigh nails.
This is the best group ever.
I'm serving.
I got the exact. I got
fish.
two. I got 2 7s, and Congo has a pretty high stat for both of those things anyway. So yeah, he does stand out. He's quite a good bit from the both of you. Yeah, you're right
Yeah, we're horrible. We
We're
look like
awful.
shit.
there. In your own unique ways, yes, you both look like shit.
Give it up for horrible rat women.
Yes.
Light is
This has to be the greatest
mean-
rolls in history.
dice has
You
no
are-
passion sense.
You're definitely going to have to, put your helmet on is the obvious thing, because considering that we're going against two people who absolutely hate Arasaka, and from what I'm, hearing from you, you know a bit about them, but it doesn't sound like you've really met face to face with them before. Am I correct or am I wrong?
He nods and says, "This would be my first time."
Yeah,
Okay.
that might be a little bit of a problem. Considering uh you were Arasaka's previous heir. Oh boy. Oh boy.
You may be, not in line for that anymore, but, people who hold grudges.
They hold grudges.
They hold grudges.
I understand. I'll be careful.
So yeah, helmet stays on. Maybe a good lathering of dirt could do you well. Just saying. But at the end of the day, I mean, it's Night City. Is it all that weird to see a toxic leaking, lime green highlighter next to a trash bag with quite fluffy hair, dare I say?
If it helps,
And
I'll put bandages
a
over
pretty
them.
boy. Nah, it adds to the aesthetic. You do you.
Thank you.
Of course. Alright. So you're tagging along. Just, helmet stays on.
He nods, and he already starts like pulling his helmet on. And you guys will be taking the. He's content to let you two take the lead on this. It's up to you where you want to investigate from here.
Alright, so remind me again. I'm going to zoom in on this map. I should have put my tablet in here instead of leaving it in my laptop. I'm working on the poster, but I swear I'm paying all the attention I can. Remind me again which district, though, that, like, they've supposedly been spotted in.
Who?
The people that we're looking for. Let's start with Spider Murphy. Because I remember you said he got, a close friend of his was killed.
Yes, so Murphy's best friend, Raish Bartmoss, who is probably who might be a name that you know, or all three of these people are names that you might know if you would want to make like a streetwise or a library search check. But Bartmoss was in Northside when when a rock got dropped on his apartment from orbit. And the executive who probably ordered that strike is most likely in Corp Center at Arasaka HQ. That being said, that might, they could be anywhere in the city. And as Spider Murphy and Shaitan, they also could pretty much be anywhere in the city.
All right.
Depending on where that executive they're hunting is.
Well, if that executive is in Corp Center, the closest hotels, from the looks of it, are Manhattan's Bar and Kuroshida Hotel. So, if I was
Start around there.
yeah, if I was
See if anyone's caught
if I was
anyone
stalking
taking...
like the person who killed my best friend, I would absolutely have a place close out here.
Yeah, nah. The only thing is that these are some rather skilled in, terms of Sorry, I keep
Yeah.
getting jump scared by my own dog just being right behind me. I keep just seeing him. Oh god.
Put a
These
little
are,
put a little
however,
red circle on him, like blink and you'll miss it.
shithead. These are, however, rather skilled individuals. So, if they really wanted to make sure that they weren't going to get tracked down at the end of the day and get away with the whole stalking their rivals, they would live a little bit farther out. But
Yeah.
at this point, it's a needle in the haystack.
It's
We
one or,
don't have
it's one
much
or the
to
other,
go
which
off.
is frustrating.
Yeah.
I think I will make that library check to see if maybe there's like a newspaper that maybe like caught wind of
Mm,
someone of Spider Murphy's description being spotted, maybe.
great.
Mm.
You can also I don't think I instructed you on how luck works. Um, I told Dean about this the other day.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, we do luck a little bit differently from how it's written in the book. But I don't so but it's fine. Because it's written bad in the book. If you want to use your luck on a roll, I don't know how many points, what your stat in that is. But you have I, if you have like 5 luck, for example, that means you have 5 luck points that you can spend every session. Um, and before a roll, you can declare that you're going to use luck, and then after you see the result, you can decide how many of those points you want to expend and add that to your roll. Um, you have but if you do declare that you're going to use luck, you need to add a minimum of 1.
Okay.
That makes sense?
All right. Sure. And I guess just to show off the feature a little bit, I will be spending luck on this library search roll. Is that okay?
Yes.
All right.
Yippee.
Woof. Yeah, that's an 11.
Ooh.
11.
I'm willing to spend 2 points of luck on that then.
11. Bringing it up to a 13.
Yippee. 13.
You wouldn't make this incredibly difficult. Uh, it's not a DC. You wouldn't make an incredibly difficult DC on trying to find these needle in a haystack people in a city, would you? I'm kidding.
Flushed emoji, tapping fingers together emoji.
So here's how it shakes out. If these people were not some of the most skilled mercenaries in the city, that would not have made it. But as things are,
They're some of the most skilled mercenaries.
there is yeah, there is a data term in camp, which is essentially like a fax machine that prints the news. And someone has rigged that sort of thing up and like linked it back to the city networks. But
I probably did that.
It was probably Paradise.
Yeah, probably. You find an article on a scream sheet, which is like a newspaper that is like printed out, faxed out like live and updated every few minutes. Find a scream sheet detailing a recent strike on an Arasaka military camp that has been attributed to Spider Murphy and to Shayton. You see that this was a pretty newsworthy event because Shayton single-handedly kidnapped a Arasaka sergeant from under the noses of an entire Arasaka, the entire camp. Meanwhile, Spider Murphy disabled the automated security and deleted the records of every single soldier from the system database, which rendered them unable to be paid or accounted for, and subsequently sparked a mass desertion.
Hilarious.
Yes. And there's a statement in the article from the kidnapped sergeant's lieutenant, Machizo Endo, who is sort of like resolving, or who stated his resolve to the press to find and capture Spider Murphy and Shayton.
So
I'm going to catch Spider-Man.
crying. Well, that's awfully convenient.
Yeah. So, when did this happen? Was this just like now?
This was like the other night.
Okay, the other night.
Can you
Yeah.
not make those noises while I'm playing Cyberpunk?
Wow. Okay, so they're most certainly on the move. That doesn't exactly narrow things down, but
I mean, how
maybe we can
many?
try and find a place near the area. We could probably go see, near the grounds of the military camp, maybe in a nearby settlement where some people are situated, and ask them directions, etc., and then follow a trail from there.
I like how that sounds. I look at
Alright.
the map again.
So I guess we're heading towards the military camp area.
Yeah, so that camp specifically was in the like upper marina area of the city.
Okay.
I'm guessing it's
upper
one of those
marina.
harbors.
Okay.
No, I changed my mind.
Oh wow.
No.
Oh no.
No, yeah. It's actually, I'm gonna say, around the med center.
Med
The
center.
med center.
Interesting.
Ah, Jesus. I just got whacked in the head by my dog. Stinky.
Alright, well if
Alright. Med
Kind of
center.
like the eastern end of that like little district.
What?
Alright, so if they captured someone, then surely they're not staying in a hotel then, otherwise hotel security, you know.
Yeah, but at the very least we can head around med center and start asking.
Alright, sounds
See if we can
sounds like
see
a
if-
plan to
oh,
me.
See if we can sniff out a trail.
Alright. At least we have a lead now.
Yeah. Stop. Stop it.
Stop it.
Be normal, please.
Cute dog.
Please.
Very
Very
cute.
affectionate.
Please be normal, Hammy. All right.
Ooh.
Okay. Oh, it's okay, baby.
I'm gonna mess with the bot real quick because it stopped playing ambiance.
All right. So, med center's where we're starting. Heading over to the military base and asking nearby settlements, nearby people who are around the area. That sounds like a plan to me.
Alright.
Do we want to see if we can rental Ian's van again, or shall we hoof it?
Oh yeah, did you guys pay? Did anyone pay for gas last time?
Oh
Shit.
we forgot he asked us to pay for gas.
The most Blight probably did was clean up his car from the blood when
It's,
she removed
50
Harcrow's skeleton. It's 50
Yeah.
eddies.
Yeah, 50
50
eddies. I think that's the like agreement that you'll probably like work out with Ian. Like he doesn't have a problem with you taking it down into the city as long as you like pay that 50 eddies every time you take it out.
Alright, I will go ahead and take that then. We'll just
Why
say
aren't
she
you
did on the way
normal?
back. So that's 50 eddies to Ian. Ian's car specifically.
Venmo that man.
Venmo him.
Alrighty. Gas has been filled up in a not recon or retcon, don't worry.
Retcon.
I think
is
I
what
just,
we're doing
like-
right now.
Yeah, recon
Yeah.
recon is now.
Reconnaissance. Okay, we head on over, take Ian's whip again, or maybe a car this time, who knows. I feel like the dusty old van fits us quite well. Head
Yeah,
on down to mid center. Sound good?
the van is pretty unassuming at this point, I think.
Yeah,
Yep.
relatively so. So, I don't care much for talking to that Ian guy. He's your friend, so, I will go pack up my camera equipment.
Yeah,
Alright,
I'll
piss off out of my tent.
let him know. And Blight goes ahead and makes her way to Ian.
Yorinobu pauses for a second and then eventually follows Blight out of the tent.
All right. I'm assuming
Ian.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ian. Um, he's in his little lab doing chemistry stuff, cooking meth. You know.
As we do.
Jesse, I made silly meth and silly ketamine. Makes you widowy hit the gwitty when you take it.
Oh boy. All right.
Jesse.
I just walk in and Ian.
Oh,
That's the sound of Ian.
hey, Blight.
Right. Heading into the city again. I'll pay for gas as usual.
Sure, sweet. Okay. Hey, there's a stain in the. Was anyone using like the back left seat last time you took it out? I'm not. You know, maybe it's nothing. Maybe that was me. But like,
You know, I promise you,
oh, whatever. Here, just
it's
he
sterile.
tosses you the keys.
And if you're upset, I'll buy you something from the city.
No, it's fine. Here.
All right. Thank you.
Yep. He leaves. He returns to his meth cooking. You guys have the van. You can take it to the city.
To the city we go.
I'm widowy going to the city and widowy hitting the goodie. Yeah, we head on down to Med Center. Where are we heading down to? Probably around... Of the buildings in Med Center, which one is it closest to? Would we know, or,
So there's
where this military camp is?
a military camp. That would be one of the brown ones, right?
30.
So
I'm not always using. I'm not very often using the numbers on the map as actual locations. There's plenty of buildings here not labeled on that by those numbers.
all right.
But the military base specifically is probably around like kind of like the eastern end of Med Center district on the border between Med Center and like Little China. So like probably to the right of number 63, which
I
is
see it.
the High Court Plaza Hotel.
Alright, I see that.
All right.
Probably park the car around,
70, I think.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
All right.
Alright. We're driving on down. We got the tunes on, per usual. Blight's tunes, probably.
I'd put on something, but I don't have music prepared for this.
No!
Yeah.
I'm just gonna put on the stuff you sent last time.
Can put on
Oh, yeah.
some My Chemical Romance as well. That's probably fitting at this point.
I mean, do you talk about anything in the car?
Let's see.
It's hard to say because all the stuff I wanted to talk about, I wanted to do with just Blight, but Yornobu is just like...
He's like they're awkwardly
He's
third wheeling.
third
there.
wheeling,
He's
unbelievable.
fucking third wheeling us right now. Get the fuck out of
Like,
my
Well, okay,
I
here's
feel
the
like-
thing. Yorinobu has a bike. If you want him to like
True.
ride, take the bike.
You know what? He's on bike duty. He's driving next to us. He's
Yeah.
scouting out the area and doubling back for us.
Yeah,
We
definitely.
are van squad.
You're in the van.
Right.
So, oh my god, my dog is. What are you sobbing about?
He's
What?
crying.
I gave you a carrot. A carrot.
It's
a
like
whole
more.
carrot.
More.
A long carrot. You don't need anything else. Don't woof at me. Ugh.
The
Don't
audacity.
Don't you woof.
Jimmy is exactly
Don't
the
do it.
same way.
Don't do it. I see you're about to woof. Don't you do it.
Boof.
Every time. I
Anyways.
try to roleplay. He ruins my life. Alright. So, I know obviously right now we're going into, you know, looking into the Arasaka Corporation and the cyber psychos, especially.
Yep.
I don't want to bring up anything that would make you uncomfortable, uh, especially regarding cyber psychos. But oh my god, what do you want? What do you want?
This is why dog stays out of my room when I play D&D.
No, don't you dare start crying while I'm trying to talk to Blight. But I have a question. No, I don't know if you've actually done much actual research into how cyber psychos work, but and this is a really, it's a dumb question, but are there any? She bites her tongue a little bit and just like, how do I want to phrase this? Does proximity to a cyber psycho, especially if you have implants yourself, is there a possibility that that could interfere with your own implants in a way? Not to say that it's contagious, but is there anything you know about stuff like that?
I mean, it shouldn't. As far as I can tell, cyberpsychosis is purely from your own implants, not necessarily others, because it's your body.
I was just I know. I was just wondering if there is ways to, like, I don't know, net run into someone's cybernetics and make them go haywire.
If you want to make a cyber tech check, Blight, to know shit about this, you could.
Let me scroll down to intelligence.
Tech.
Tech. Cyber tech, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I am not getting good rolls today. 13.
13. Basic knowledge is that there that's not really how cybernetics work. Like you've never really heard of anyone hacking into them like that. But I mean, also it's not like anything's really out of the realm of possibility, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I've never had a case with that happening, and honestly, it's really the only reason why I'm okay having a neural implant like the one I have right to my heart. But in terms of inducing someone with cyberpsychosis like that, no, it's at the very least it hasn't been done yet.
Right. And yeah, I suppose other thing about cyberpsychosis and cyberpsychos themselves, sorry. Once again, you're allowed to stop me if I'm overreaching here. Does it depend on the... How do you tell? I mean, obviously, I've heard of the attacks, but warning signs, anything like that, you know of any?
Alright. Cyber psychosis, in my studies, actually can manifest in a couple different ways. Some people become compulsive liars, other people just can't help but steal all the time, things like that. It's these urges they can't control, and oftentimes it's these urges that involve hurting other people in one way or another. As far as symptoms go leading up to a complete breakdown, general paranoia, things like that. And as always, the most common tell of a cyber psycho is just an uncontrollable, violent urge to kill everything around you. Why are you
Uncontrollable urge.
Why are you asking this?
I'm I'm not sure if you've actually seen the most recent drop. I mean, well, actually, I was telling you about it when you had to patch me up the earlier this week. It's
Right.
them the people I ran into that did that to me. Threw an explosive at me. The guy was a clown? I didn't think he had that many implants at first. I thought it was just teeth. And turns out it was teeth, it was legs, it was damn near his whole body. Some kind of launcher in the arm. It was strange. Just, I don't think I've ever seen anyone that was just so... He was calculated, was the thing. And that's what's, like, I'm a bit confused about. And it's mostly just that I don't know. And so get out of the top left side of my camera, sir. Get out of here. It's just that it was something they had organized into a group called the Bozos. And it was so weird because the guy just, well, no doubt he fills the description of having an urge to hurt. I mean, that's what he did. He would go to concerts and murder people, drink their blood. I think it was kind of a vampire clone situation, something like that.
Well,
But the thing that kept getting me was the fact that he was so calculated in his strikes. He was going to the same venues over and over again because they'd be handing out free drugs and you know, drugs, alcohol, etc. They'd be handing that out. And once people got weakened, he knew to wait for people to start taking the synth coke and then would hit them then. He was saying that it was funny. The violent actions, the biting people in the necks and killing them. And it just keeps getting to me. Just the way that they were so calculated, and yet at the same time it's like it was like there were some glimpses in there of maybe some sort of past life I was asking questions about. I mean, it's all in the recording. I was asking about if they remembered anything from before they joined the Bozos, and it felt like I kept getting close to getting through in some kind of way, but it was strange. It was... I think it's just getting to me in a way. Just, It's got me thinking about how it works and how cybernetics work and the other things. Yeah.
well, based off of everything you told me and just letting it stew for a bit, best case scenario, that guy's on the edge. Worst case scenario, cyberpsychosis has affected him in a way where he's essentially become a criminal mastermind.
Yeah. There's a group of them. I should mention. Them's called the Bozos, so I'd keep an eye out if I were you.
As always.
So, yeah. But yeah, just curious about how it works. And sorry, this is another weird question. I'm just gonna quickly throw it at you. Are there implants that can completely change your face to make it look like... And your voice as well? Are there implants that do that?
Should I make another... Should I make another check?
I'm not even gonna make you roll for it. The answer is yes. It's called biosculpting,
Okay.
and it can be done to pretty extensive degrees. Um, if you do want to make a check, I'll give you a streetwise check.
Streetwise. I hate that Control F doesn't work on this. There we go. God. I got a 12.
Ah,
12. Hmm. Mm, 12 DV 11. Well, I mean, no, yeah. I think with a 12, that's still a decent like everyday check. Which is in you already know, just being affiliated with because of your like skill as a Ripper Doc, you're well aware of the practice of biosculpting because it's something that you yourself have the capability to do. And you furthermore are just aware of the existence of like this type of neural called like the personality chip, which kind of like affects your mannerisms and personality to be like someone else. And with a streetwise check, you're aware of the existence of poser gangs who are basically people who use biosculpting and personality chips to emulate uh, certain types of people. TV shows, casts, or archetypes like stereotypes or uh, anything like that.
Alright. Yeah. Oh,
I should have
it's
deafened Dean while I was saying that, so then you could say it yourself.
Lamau. It's
that's
okay.
fine.
But yeah, absolutely. Absolutely possible. It's probably been done millions of times. The biggest thing with that from the case that you were looking into yesterday, um, there are personality chips that can affect a person's mannerisms, and gangs can adopt this for a number of reasons, be it the selling a performance, maybe impersonating someone, trying to get them uh, get them into some sort of controversy they weren't really involved with, but to
And
the
yeah, no, it's it's not really about the clones actually that I'm asking about for, but it kind of gives me peace of mind actually that you're saying that. Suppose on a final related note, has there been any news recently about John F. Kennedy?
all right. Um, besides the assassination done
Yes.
by the CIA,
Yes, of course, that's already common knowledge. Obviously,
not
I'm talking about more modern instances of John F. Kennedy being around, or I suppose in this case, maybe people who look like John F. Kennedy.
I mean, again, the with that kind of BioWare, it's possible. I can't say that I caught wind of anything recently.
Yeah, I mean, no, that's completely fine. I was just having a little bit of a curious conundrum there. Well, good to know that it's at the very least possible, and in fact, very possible at the sounds of it. So, thank you for this conversation. It's been very enlightening. Thank you for your knowledge and your wisdom, and I have a lot to think about.
Yeah, you get to that.
Yeah. Had quite the choice encounter with that clone. And the other clone. The one that got shot in the head.
You had a very, very interesting night.
Yeah, I've been thinking about it. Wasn't sure if it was, the bit of drinking that I did or something else. So, I mean, at least gives me peace of mind that there's a high possibility that it was something more along the lines of, someone, for some fucking reason, just wanted to be JFK. Really, an open invitation to get shot in the head.
Maybe they were looking to get shot in the head.
Well, I sure as hell didn't do it. It was weird though, cause it's almost like they knew me, and that's why I've been thinking so much about it. They just mentioned exactly what was happening, as if they were following me in some kind of way, or they knew about the bozos.
I feel like you should have mentioned that first. Alright, well,
I know, but I kind of thought that I was worried that it was something going on with my own implants that I was seeing.
alright.
JFK. Because it was just choice timing, you know, because day previous, I mean, that's when we went on our little kerfuffle downtown, and I had mentioned, you know, Mr. got shot through the head on the grassy knoll. So
Right.
it
Well,
was just choice timing, really.
if anything, just maybe once we're there, we'll tell Congo about this, and we'll just have to watch our backs a little bit more carefully now. If anything happens, it could get ugly.
I think by now, if the JFK. I should mention that his wife was also there, the other Kennedy. Uh, if the Kennedys, for some reason, wanted to find me and get to me, they'd have ample opportunity to do by now, but... Alright, best to keep an eyes out. Sorry
Yeah.
for keeping that from you until now. Quite frankly, I've been trying to do research into drugs because I thought I had gotten drugged in the explosion. There was a bit of purple smoke, but didn't find anything about that. And then all I could think of was, shite. If it wasn't drugs, probably my brain.
Oh,
Good to know that it's more likely, you know, not Chekhov's gun, what's that? Occam's razor. That it was probably just, you know, some guys that for some reason implanted themselves to look like John F. Kennedy. Yep, that's the more simple solution.
Yep. Much more simple.
the kinder solution, honestly. Alright.
Thanks for
Your
the input.
Of course.
the route you take to the med center, with Yorinobu riding alongside you, it'll take you. If you pass by the main street that goes through Little China, the 22nd Street, which is the only road through Little China that isn't cordoned off for pedestrian-only use. You see, though, that it is still very much crowded with civilians or with pedestrians, as the sun has sort of descended below the city skyline, shrouding this entire area in the shadows of dusk. Dusk is the one, right? That's the one that's like around
Sunset?
sunset time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah. You see, yeah, the street is very much packed as people are moving about to and fro, and you see you see several large Arasaka branded military trucks trying to move through the area. You yourself kind of get caught up in a little traffic jam. You're moving perpendicular to 22nd Street, so you get to move a little bit faster than that Arasaka convoy is. But that gives you a good view of like what's effectively like a riot springing up in the street around that military convoy. You see people throw rocks and glass bottles. Eventually, it gets to the point where somebody throws a Molotov that erupts in flame against the side of one of the trucks, to the sounds of cheers from the people around. And it's not long after that that the escorting Arasaka troops in their heavy, like sort of like black and red armor, they start getting a bit rough and forceful with the crowd, pushing them back, jostling them, and eventually like just bringing up their they draw their wakizashis, their short swords, and start to like forcibly move the crowd back a bit.
When the Molotov is thrown, Lanesy's just gonna like look out the window and sees it happening and cannot help but just go, "Whoa, yeah!"
Blight
Right,
gets
throw it on,
jump
you got
scared
there.
and almost hits a car.
Sorry. Just real exciting
Just-
out on those streets.
We really shouldn't be drawing attention to ourselves.
Sorry. I mean, it's a good thing happening out there.
Yeah.
I turn on my recording to watch as I'm like looking out the window and watching what the Arasaka Corporation are doing to push back everyone. Getting that on video.
Congo for his part, Congo is definitely staying behind the or on the other side of the van, keeping himself out of sight of those Arasaka troops. You see that when those soldiers draw their swords, a lot of the crowd like backs the fuck up. You know, people, especially in this city, are very often not afraid of a gun being pointed in their face. But quite frankly, nobody wants to get stabbed. And the convoy starts making a little bit of headway as those troops have their well polished swords drawn, and you guys get out of there in a hurry as much as you can as the traffic jam in your street starts to clear up a little bit. Eventually, you make your way to the Med Center district. The buildings here are understandably clean, sterile. It borders Little China, or Chinatown, so you can like kind of see where the stark contrast from Little China's sort of lower, more classically orient. What's the word? Like the more classic, like sort of like architecture and like shorter like buildings of that area to the taller, polished complexes and buildings of Med Center District. A lot of them obviously medical in nature, but also lots of offices and other administrative buildings around. Eventually, following the scream sheet that you saw earlier, you pass by the military base that was hit just the other night, and you see that it is very much like in a state of disarray. The Arasaka AVs, which are like aerial vehicles, kind of like essentially like hovering flying cars, so in a way, are landing in the area and dropping off new, fresh batches of troops, which is a very uncommon sight at this stage of the war. Aerial vehicles, due to a sort of like mini war that occurred during the Fourth Corporate War, the cost of aerial vehicle fuel has shot up dramatically. So it's not often that you get to see sites like this. The whole camp is basically just in a state of disarray, trying to like reorganize itself. And it looks like the whole place has been looted, and they're sort of reorganizing everything. But yeah, you've pretty much arrived in the Little China, or the Med Center area.
All right. Yep, I'm going to probably just like get out of the van, and I think what I am trying to do right now is I'm trying to find people who look like they just live around the area and haven't haven't fled. I'm looking for like nail citizens or so, people who are just like well used to the area.
Okay, give me a. Let's go. Primary role is going to be streetwise, but if you want to make a human perception check first as a
I would like to.
complementary skill check, you can.
Okay, complementary skill check that is going to be a 13 for human perception, so not that good. And then it was going to be streetwise.
Yeah. I'm not. I think 13. I'm gonna say not high enough to qualify for a complimentary.
That's all right. Okay, so that is going to be for street. Where the hell is streetwise? There it is. That is a 16 streetwise.
16 streetwise. Okay. Okay. 16 streetwise. You as you are sort of walking around looking for people who look like they know the area. I think you spot a child. She is wearing she's wearing this like black t-shirt with like a sort of like with a band logo on it. It's like a samurai like oni mask. For this band and the band appropriately appears to be called Samurai. You see that she has like a little she has like a pink like cyber arm that has like a shitload of like stickers and all over it. Like it's basically just like sticker bomb like plastered with those stickers. And she's typing on a little agent, a little phone, and well, it's a normal sized agent. It just looks it's big in her hands, but and just is generally she it's hard to like necessarily like kind of like quantify, but it just looks like she knows what's up, you know.
I turn to everyone who is with me, aka good old Congo and Blight, and I'm just gonna go like, right now, let's not surround from all angles. Don't want to make it seem like we're gonna mug her. And I start walking over, jauntily, and I just go, "The other way, lad. How you doing over there?"
She briefly glances up at you, and then looks down at her phone again, and says, "Keep talking at me."
Yeah, I will be doing that. You see, we're not obviously from around this area. However,
Why do I know your voice? Do you do you stream? Do you do a podcast? She's not even really looking at you as she's typing. Just kind of like just keeps tapping away at her phone,
Yeah, actually, I am part of the
texting
podcast.
somebody.
Blight is just checking around, making sure no guard sort of like hears this, just in case.
Yeah, actually, a podcast is probably the best way to describe it. I do a podcast based on incidents that have happened in the area, mostly talking about famous net runners who have, made a bit of a name for themselves in the past. And currently, I'm doing a little bit of a feature story on a friend of someone who recently, from what I can tell, was found in the area. Or at least glanced at a couple days ago. So there was the attack here on the military base. You happen to know anything that happened there, or at least any information about the people who might have gone about doing this honestly justified takedown?
She sends whatever text she was putting out, and then puts her phone away, and she says, "Yeah, I do." She like raises her cyber arm, like offers a handshake.
I dab her up. I absolutely dab her the fuck up.
And says, "Well, and if you're gonna, nice, if you're gonna be doing any sort of articles, research, anything like that, then it's Good thing that you came to me. I'm Sydney. You can call me Sydney Australia. And if you want to learn and you want to know anything about that, the attack, Spider Murphy's little job the other night, for whatever podcast or magazine or whatever the hell you've got going on, you're gonna pay me $100.
Sydney, Australia, is it? You know, I've actually heard that name before. You happen to be friends with a friend of mine, Rollcat?
I'm not friends with anybody. Rockcat pays me though.
Oh, I see. So it's more of a business working relationship. And here I was,
Exactly.
just seeing how much Rollcat was really hyping you up as like a nice, kind old friend of theirs. It's unfortunate that you don't see him the same way, but I mean, it's business at the end of the day. I can't blame you for how you feel about things. So, 100
Oh,
old
great, cool.
smackaroos.
So he doesn't. So, yeah, yeah, okay. I mean, if she thinks that we're friends, that's her problem.
Oh, you think friendship's a problem? Yeah, I mean, I get that. Friends are hard to keep. Anyways, 180, she said. You drive a hard bargain. I like it. I do like the hustle. All right, where do I send it to?
She just exchanges her like like cred chip information with you.
I
She
send
gives you her
over.
Venmo.
I Venmo her 100 eddies. I'm not happy about it. 104.
As this is going on, Blight's probably just watching from like the distance, like, is everything okay?
Yeah, we're just doing a business transaction here. You know, a
She
lot of people in this kind of industry would try and go about and tell you, you know what, I don't want to pay you eddies, I'll pay you in exposure. I'm not that kind of person. I want you to remember that in the future. I appreciate the information you're going to
she
give me, my friend.
she nods and says, "That I totally will." All right. Well, she goes takes her phone back out a little bit and starts kind of like digging around a little, um, and she kind of like puts a finger up to you and says, "Just give me a minute." Text somebody, waits, gets a text back, and she puts her phone away eventually and says, all right, so guy Spider Murphy, Shayton, they went and I'm not even trying to do a kid's voice here. It's gonna come out weird. She says Spider Murphy and Shayton, they went and hit this place a couple nights ago. They kidnapped this Sergeant Colby Harrison. They let him go eventually. You probably, if you saw the scream sheets, if you're asking, um, they're on the warpath. Murphy, Murphy's best friend got killed. It's a whole thing.
Oh, yeah.
And now word on the street is they're probably going after Sergeant Harrison's boss now, Machizo Endo. Now, Endo, he's out in he's gone off to he's a few blocks down. He's got an office in Little China that he's stationed out of, turned it into a whole military checkpoint. People in Little China don't like him. He's kind of a dick. Tends to bring out the old katana for very for very slight, very understandable infractions against the law. You know, he's got the whole Jean Valjean thing going on.
Oh my
you know?
god,
Right,
we're gonna
right.
kill
With the-
Judge Dredd.
Yeah, no one likes him. So if Spider Murphy and Shayton, you know, take him out, no one's really gonna miss him.
Hmm.
If you
Alright.
want to find those two for whatever reason, they're probably gonna be hot on that guy's tail.
Hold on his tail, eh? Well, I can work with that information. You're a good lad, my friend. Thank you so much for, making life quite easy for people like me out here trying to get work done. I appreciate your services.
You come back sometime, anytime you need to know things. I know a lot of things. And
Oh yeah, sweet ass.
you didn't haggle. You didn't try to get my prices down, which means that maybe I'll give you a discount next time. Maybe I won't. but maybe I will.
Information and truth is a service I'm willing to fight and pay for, my friend. So, I appreciate what you're doing out here.
I'm so, people on the street these days, they really don't understand the value of paying for information. And then they try to mug me, and then I gotta get them with this, and then she her like cyber arm like unfolds and like pops out like a fucking sword.
Mhm.
And then she just like kind of like puts it back in her arm and says, so, it's nice that we didn't have to like make it a whole thing, you know?
Yeah, sweetheart. So, just as a word of caution, as someone who is also in this kind of industry of information, you like to flaunt your name around, and I appreciate that. It's good to have your name on things, but make sure you have a way out, a back door, an exit. The thing is that when you're given information to anyone who wants it, that pisses off the people who only want to put information in the hands of people who will either exploit it or not share it to the public. You're doing a good service here and giving it out to the people of the streets. That's what should be happening out here. Just be prepared for people to come after you. I mean, it's already clear that they have with, you requiring that, but when I say people coming after you, I don't mean the people trying to haggle for you. I mean the people who don't want you to know anything. And don't want the public to know anything. You're given good information, especially about the places, that are corrupt. But corruption is obviously corrupt. They won't hold back, even if you're a kid, to try and silence you or make you part of their empire. You got a gift, quite obviously, in finding information. I have no doubt that you're gonna have some bigwig come around at some point in your life, and they're going to offer you a shit ton of money. And from what I can tell, you're a fan of cash, and I don't blame you. I'm a fan of cash myself. But make sure that while you're selling information, you don't sell your soul by accident. Because when you do that, you're not getting any information anymore. No, you're getting cultivated nonsense at that point. Just a little bit of advice as someone who's been in the industry a bit longer than you.
All right, Mom. I don't know how old you think I am. I've been doing this since before you lost your virginity. Peace. And she kind of hops up and little like rollerblades pop out from her shoes, and she just like skates away.
I lost my virginity before you were born, and it was with your mom.
she flips you off as she's skating away, but you see that she's like smiling.
Right, fuck off. And that's how you do a transaction deal down in the undersides of the city.
I'm sincerely hoping that virginity joke. I hope she's older than she looks.
Oh yeah, both ways. Kind of fucked up joke for me to make. Yeah.
You're lucky the FBI isn't around anymore.
Nah, mate, I was 20 when it happened. She smiles, punches Blight on the shoulder.
Right.
Late bloomer.
Thanks for reminding me.
Yeah, of course. God, she was great. Cried for weeks after.
Anyways, you have a lead, right?
Yeah, we got a lead. As always, this is why you get a media on your side. We are looking right now for this Sergeant Harrison's boss, Endo. He's in an office in Little China that's been turned into a military checkpoint, and apparently Spider Murphy and Shatton are gunning for that guy's head. So, very likely if we find Endo before they do, as long as we watch the fucker for a couple of hours and see him I don't know what fucking rich people do. Count as fat stacks or something of the like. I'm sure they'll turn up.
Yep.
Maybe we'll give them a hand, something like that, and, you know, give them the old, hey, we're on your side, we also hate the corpse. Wanna come help us? Fuck up, you know, things a little bit more than just kidnapping some bosses?
We could only find them before they strike. It'd be much easier to convince them that we're on their side, but not sure
It's
how
like-
not sure how else we're gonna find them unless that guy draws them out.
Hongo steps up and says, I suspect that if we know where Endo is, then so do they. Arasaka does not guard its bases, its officers, lightly. They may already be near his office and staking it out.
Ah, fuck.
Man.
Oh, well then, I guess we better stop mucking about and we better get our asses in gear and start moving over.
Yeah, let's go.
Alright, and jump into the passenger side of the van.
Alright. Van or Blight takes the driver's seat as usual, and we make our way to Little China.
Yes.
We're looking for a military checkpoint, so keep your eyes peeled.
Um,
Paradise just got dunked on. I dunked on that fucker.
it was a mutual.
It was
dunking.
mutual
It's banter.
dunking. It's right fucking banter. You can't take a banter out of me.
The checkpoint is not outstandingly hard to find. Again, Little China, only 22nd Street is really available to vehicles rather than just solely pedestrian traffic. So you go going down the down that street. You find a somewhat short, squat office building at the intersection of 22nd with some like pedestrian streets. Like it's a four-way intersection, and you see that one particular building has been very pretty heavily fortified with sandbags and armored Arasaka guards. You see a military antenna up on the roof. It stands out from the buildings around it just by virtue of it doesn't have any of the like sort of like Chinese like architectural like trappings with like the faux terracotta like roofing tiles or anything like that. It just is like a kind of a four-story like gray block in the middle of the city street. There are some like a few buildings around that are like it's not one of the tallest buildings around. There are a few that have like there's like an apartment building right across the street from it that overlooks it with like various balconies and whatnot. And there are some other several buildings and whatnot in the area as well. These streets, even despite the military checkpoint, are fairly crowded with both pedestrian and vehicle traffic. Yeah, there are. You can find a parking space somewhere along the street and make your
That's
way over
shocking.
that. Somewhere.
Somehow.
There's the fun part about living in this extraordinarily crowded city with extreme rates of poverty is that not everyone can afford a car, which means that there's a lot more parking space available.
Damn. That's rough. Alright. Like Congo said, it's likely that they're already scouting out. So, begs the question of what angle do we want to do? Do we also want to keep an eye on the bastard himself, or do we want to start looking around to see if we can spot them before they hit?
I mean, if they're ready to strike, there's no way they're letting people spot them.
Yeah, that's true. They probably got one hell of a hiding spot. So, we could always go pick our own. Hunker down. Get to know one another. Get nice up close and cozy.
Well,
And
let's figure out where this Endo guy is first.
Right, good idea. I'm thinking a little bit too far ahead here. I thought we'd have a right walk in the park considering the amount of information we got. You're welcome, by the way. She'll just give a dumb little like eyebrow wiggle and we'll just go like, alright. Give me an extra second here to pack up my stuff. You and Congo get ready to head on out.
All
Start
right.
finding the guy. I'll catch up.
Pungo looks to you and looks to Blight and says, how do you think we should go about finding him?
If we
Just
can,
look inside. Maybe head inside one of these buildings here. See if we can get a vantage point. Look inside the windows.
I don't mind hovering around. That might be the easiest thing, assuming they're not paying that much attention. I would assume with that much power and that much control over the base, anyone just sort of glancing over occasionally, they wouldn't pay too much mind to that.
Only unfortunate thing is that the wee one kind of gave a warning that the guy is quick to pull the katana, to say the least. So any kind of suspicious activity could prove difficult. I mean, it'll at least show us where he is if he does come out and show himself and say, "Hey, fuck off."
Maybe
You're suspicious.
Maybe he's got his face plastered somewhere, but we can at least go off of that for now.
That's a good idea. Yeah, people like that are usually full of themselves. So, quick gander wouldn't hurt.
If I was an Arasaka executive, I would be on the 3rd floor. You see, there's 4. I wouldn't put myself on the top floor because it's too obvious, but I wouldn't put myself on the 2nd because it would be a bit dishonorable to be on a lower floor. It's about posturing.
Alright, that's useful.
Huh. Never thought about it that way. Interesting. But then that sounds like a good place to start.
I'm sure
Yes.
there's a little patio where we can get a good view of the 3rd floor. We'll just get ready to wait.
Yeah. Sounds right to me.
There are a couple of buildings that would have 3rd floor vantage points. One there is right across the street from the office building is there is a general store, and above that is an apartment, like a 2-floor apartment where the store owner's family lives. And that has a balcony that gets a very direct view of the third all 4 floors of the building. And diagonal from the office building, there is a pretty rundown looking apartment block. Actually, you're fairly certain it's abandoned straight up.
All right.
Nice.
I'm partial to that one.
Yeah, and that one also similarly has full view.
I would imagine Paradise is already scuttling over there, and Blight's just like,
Oh yeah.
yeah,
I'm absolutely
yeah.
nasty.
that's absolutely her.
Yeah, no, I think this one's got to be a real good one to go up to. I mean, this looks like it's been completely fucking abandoned at this point. Only thing we have to really worry about is if anyone's, sitting around there in the trash rubble ready to stab us. But I mean, it's only about a 60-40 chance of that happening to us, so I'll take the 40% personally.
All right. Yeah, the front door is boarded up, but it takes approximately no effort to go around a back alley and find a door where the boards have been ripped off and people have made their way inside. The 3 of you are able to enter the building through a dilapidated kitchen area. where you see one person just kind of like trying to like rummage through the cabinets looking for food, looking for anything. Not meeting you see that he's not meeting much success. This place has obviously been ransacked a long time ago. Um, Passing through, you make your way into a dusty lobby that has this sort of old world decor, sort of like approximating with like wood furniture. Obviously, it's all plastics and plasticrete and things like that, but you know they tried to make it look like wood at one point in time.
Mhm.
Um, and from there, you make your way through past several old abandoned apartments in this. Why am I saying apartments? It's like a this is like a hotel. Old hotel, um, old hotel rooms down dusty old corridors. Um, Occasionally, you will see there are rooms that have what's this? People squatting in them.
Mhm.
Sometimes people will like pop open the doors to like look at you and like stare at you as you pass by.
Mhm.
And then quickly shut the doors and lock them again. Um, and are you making your way to the third floor?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. We're
Cool.
just skedaddling on up. I'm giving death glares to anyone who dare glance at us.
Interesting. Can you make a just a straight roll of cool?
Oh, I'm so cool. Check this out. How do I roll cool? Oh god. Okay. Uh, ha! I'm cool as hell. 8.
8.
Oh boy.
Ooh. Okay. Um, Let me. Oh yes. Okay.
Oh god, I'm
Um,
scared they're gonna recognize me. Why did I do this? They won't know.
no. You're good. You're good. Maybe some of these people do recognize you, but if they do, they know better than to do anything about it.
Yeah.
You, yeah, you make your way up to the third floor. Anyone who tries to step to you, they quickly step off. Um, the best room that you could like sort of like gather, approximate, to get a good vantage point of the office building across the street is like
Mhm.
a corner room on the third floor. Um, but you make your way up to it, uh, and the door is shut. And if you try the knob, it appears to be locked.
Eh, classic conundrum of the door
Let
being locked.
let me see. Maybe I can melt it.
All right, sounds like a plan.
So
Interesting.
we're
Give it a
going
melt.
we're going to Blight's just going to try and uh bleed onto the lock, see if that dissolves anything and they can open the door.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Remove. I'm gonna count this as an attack with your like acid pistol, or well, the blight slingers.
Yeah.
Uh, so remove a like one like ammo from the acid.
Can I just remove straight ammo or can I?
I mean, if you can like make an attack check if you're using the app,
Kill.
Yeah, there we go. Okay.
and then that'll automatically deduct one. Um, but I'm not gonna like treat it as an actual attack roll. Um,
Mhm.
you start melting that lock away, um, and you hear the metal like sort of like hissing and sizzling and uh, melting away. If and eventually, yeah, you are free to make your way into the room if you so desire, depending on who wants to go in first.
And we're in.
Oh, all right. I'm in as well. I'm gonna scuttle on in. I am going to very quickly make sure that I have my stun gun partially out because I am still worried that there might be someone in the room. But I'm going to step on in, kind of like check around the corners to see if is there anyone in here already.
You, are you trying to do this quietly?
Yeah, yeah.
Make a stealth check.
Ooh, that's giving me the idea that someone is here. That's a 17.
17. Okay. Interesting.
Ask
Okay.
my brother to bring up the food when it gets here.
Yes.
You make your way into the hotel room. It's a pretty luxurious one. There's like a nice like patterned carpet. You see as you step in, there's a dedicated like bathroom, with its own door. And a nice, well, it used to be nice, bed at one side of the room. On the other side of the room, there is a dining table where you see there is a couple of pizza boxes, one of which has still a couple slices in it. Um,
Ooh.
and by the window, um, watching, looking out the window through a pair of binoculars, uh, you see a woman, short, stocky, like Latina woman with like long black hair that's like braided down past her waist. Um, she's wearing like round black sunglasses and like casual, not very like flashy clothing. Where should I put? I guess artwork. We got
Artwork
ref
makes the
pics this
most
time.
We
sense.
got reference.
Woohoo!
Let's go.
Wow! Copy
Ref
image.
pics.
Let me put
I want to
this.
see. I want
I'll
to
put it
see
on
my
stream. Don't worry,
little.
guys.
There
I
she
just have
is.
to put a new canvas, and oh my god, that's bigger than I thought it would be.
Oh no, I'm real worried though about sneaking up on this person, and if we just fucking broke into someone's house and this ain't good.
Do we got art credit for this?
It's from the Cyberpunk 2020 sourcebook, Firestorm Shockwave.
All right, people, you know where to find it. So no,
Ooh.
we did not steal it. Don't worry.
Didn't steal it. I don't know who
Art
specifically did
theft.
the art, but Um,
No cheers for art theft.
We'll
I
keep
just want to make
that
it clear
there.
I am anti art theft.
as you are approaching, and like making your way into the apartment, do you say anything?
I see that, and I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to I mean, it's so hard because I don't want to scare the fucking shit out of her.
But
Because she
I
just
will.
seems
No, I'm kidding.
okay. Yeah, no, I think what I do is I just I give just a little I step back just a bit and I just give a knock. A knock on the door.
We kind of melted the door. We melted
Yeah,
the lock.
a knock on the melted door.
She doesn't look in your direction. Doesn't really seem to react. You just hear her say, "Come on in. Might as well have a little company if we're all gonna be spying a little bit."
Ah, well, you properly deducted what exactly is happening here, so thank you so much for the
Oh,
hospitality, my friend.
thank goodness we don't have to explain ourselves.
I mean, from what I heard from the little one, seems like the guy that we're spying on isn't all that well liked, so. And I'm imagining that you're some kind of local of the area, eh?
Why don't you come in? Grab a slice.
Why not? I'll step on inside and I'll grab a slice of pizza, a good old za, and I just go, well then, pleasure to meet you. Name's Paradise. And you?
You as Congo steps into the room and kind of like closes the door behind you, and he starts to take off his helmet.
Right.
Um,
I put my hand back and I'm like, hey, no. The fuck you up to?
he looks at you, um, and looks at her and he says, "She already knows. I feel." And as you and the woman looked back at you and says, "That Yorinobu Arasaka, I see.
Maybe don't
Here
say
I."
his name out loud.
Yeah, maybe not the rightest idea, but I mean, fuck, if we're all
Yeah?
just gonna be buddy buddy about it, you know who this is? Or is this just someone who's that perceptive?
That I do. See, here I heard that Big Brother K hit you with Soul Killer. Um, and Yorinobu just takes off his helmet at this point and says, "A body double. And still, I am trying to get him back, return him to this world. But Arasaka HQ may as well be another world to me." The woman turns to him, puts the binoculars down, and says, "Well, if you ever want to hit the big black tower itself, I'd be glad to help Arasaka's prodigal son with a little bit of necromancy. Just as soon as Shaitan and I flatlined the bastard that killed Raish." Um, and Paradise and Blight, you see behind Yorinobu, suddenly
Oh,
somebody just fades in out of nowhere. Um,
all right,
you
party we
see
Hang,
have going
give me
on
one
here.
second. Don't bang on the door like that. You could put something down.
you
Violence.
you see a
Violence is the answer among civil. Why'd you get a large drink? Okay,
I've got another
55.
art incoming, by the way.
Okay,
Um,
I'm ready
Yay!
for it. I'm ready for it.
you see a tall, large man who just suddenly fades in from out of
Ooh.
nowhere, and you see that his you think that he's wearing armor at first, but it's just a little bit too sleek, a little bit too slim
Oh.
on him, and he moves just a little bit too quick and too quiet.
Why is
Ah.
this image somehow
Um,
smaller than the other
and
one? That
you
is
see that this
hilarious.
man is actually he is built like entirely, yeah, he's built entirely of metal.
Huh. Well
Blight
now,
is immediately put off by this.
allow me to take a guess real quick. You know, if we're on the topic of guessing whose identities you are, Spider Murphy and Shaitan, am I correct?
In the flesh. Well,
In the flesh.
in the chrome for him, I guess.
Is,
But
Eh,
um,
I look back at Blight to
You
see
got-
the reaction.
right. I'm going to stand closer to the door now.
Dayton moves and like kind of like looks down at you as you're moving, and he Spider Murphy says, "Oh, he's a nice guy when you get to know him,
Yeah.
unless you're
Um,
Arasaka." And she looks at Yorinobu and says, "But I don't know how he feels about you, Chayton." And Chayton Chayton looks down at Yorinobu, then at the two of you, and says, "Well, that depends. Is someone willing to explain what an Arasaka is doing in this room with me?"
He,
yeah. Funny you mention that. You see, we're actually here for, I mean, quite the same reason as you are. That is, you know, spying on good old friend down there, Endo. Hilariously enough, though, that was step one of our plan. Step two of the plan was finding you all. I mean, that doesn't sound right. I mean, it's not that we were stalking you, but
he's Yorinobu is with us. He's sworn off Arasaka. He's already killed off one of the executives last week, and he's helping us today because he wants to take them down the same as you.
yeah, they hit the nail on the head right there. I guess I'll add as a little bit of a bonus for you in terms of information. We have one hell of a hit planned on Arasaka, and we've been looking for you guys to perhaps give us some help. I have a feeling that you guys might be interested in getting some real inside scoops on what's happening
The
in Narasaka.
Yorinobu and Shaitan, as you guys are talking, Yorinobu and Shaitan are just kind of like staring each other down. And Shaitan says, well, how does that sound, Yori? And Yorinobu responds, it sounds like the truth. We need your skills, the both of you. Spider Murphy kind of like hums to herself for a second and then says, well, that sounds like a lot of fun, but we are a little busy at the moment. She gestures for Paradise and Blight to come over to her side, over to the window.
Yeah, I'll meander on over. I meander over and I take a nice look
Blight
outside.
just taking the long way around.
Yeah, you keep a wide berth from Shaitan.
Peanut butter and jelly, the long way.
She says, see that office there? I don't care so much about Endo as I do getting to his boss. But I can't get one without the other, pretty much. And, well, I want to get into that office. You know, perform a net run, some plunder. But security outside is too tight for the two of us. I need him to cover me while I go inside, do my thing. And he can't do that if he's giving me sort of distraction that I need to slip in there. So I need someone else. The two of us, we need someone else to make some kind of diversion.
Well, now ain't that a coinkydink?
You'll never guess what we did last week.
Well, I mean, this works out.
What's that?
Well, needless to say, we did a little bit of a hit on an Arasaka. Big old boy ourselves.
Blight just sort of gestures to the tube in her neck. She goes, you'd be surprised how many people are scared of bright, glowing fluids on the floor.
By
All
the
right.
sounds of it, you're gonna need our help, and we need your help. We both have the same goals here, and that is fucking with Arasaka. Yours may be a little bit more localized to particular parts of Arasaka, but I think at the end of the day we have the same goal here. That is, fuck 'em up and bring some people to justice. So how's this sound? We help you guys with your infiltration, and you help Blight and I, and of course, your Nobu with our bigger scale operation in the coming weeks.
And we'll let you know about what that bigger operation is.
Of course, right.
Shaitan steps closer to all of you, specifically to Yorinobu, and says, my vendetta, it's not against you, Yorinobu. We all have our causes. I'm not saying mine is reasonable, but it's personal. And it's not against you. So if you want to take the fight to Arasaka, then I'm in. We can work together on this. He turns to Spider Murphy and says, what about you, Murph? Do you want to work together with these folks on this? Spit in Arasaka's face a bit more? Spider Murphy she smiles and says, do spiders catch flies? Let's spin some webs. She just picks up a cyber deck in a briefcase next to her and starts walking towards the door, gesturing for the rest of you to follow.
I shrug back at Blight. Well, easy as that, eh?
Right, just a little caught off guard by Shayton there.
Shayton, it kind of he moves like you basically can't hear it when he moves. So he like kind of like moves up behind you and like claps a hand on your shoulder, and he
Oh,
says,
fuck.
"Don't." He says, "Don't worry about it. Things move fast in this city." And he just keeps walking, following Murphy.
Oh, you have no idea how much restraint that took not to punch him.
Yeah, no, I understand, friend. Alright. Uh, look, I mean, you can never guarantee with anyone ever on if they're going to be a good person or a bad person, but at least for now, we're working on our side. Let's not make any enemies before we need to, okay?
Right, right.
Trust me, I understand the hang-ups. I really do. Feel free to keep your space if you need it, but we
Yeah,
need these guys right now for the bigger picture.
I know, I'm
I know.
let me
I
just,
understand. It's still
I,
going to be rough. It is
I,
going to be for a while, but
it's okay, we're on the ground. I'm assuming him and Spider Murphy are gonna be in the building. It'll be fine. Just let's just go.
yeah, alright. Stuff starts feeling icky. You tell me, and then you fucking book at the Kingdom Come. I don't give a shit if you need to fuck off for a little bit and have a panic about it. I really don't care, as long as you're taking care of yourself. Right
Yeah,
then,
yeah.
let's hop to it. Let me know if you need anything, you know, the usual. Just, yeah, do what you need to do for yourself, but, yeah.
As you're making your way down to the first floor, you see Shayton once again just kind of like fades away, kind of like into thin air. It's very difficult to like make out his admittedly like pretty still large and imposing silhouette against the kind of like dim light of the hotel. Um, and Spider Murphy looks back at you, the three of you, and says, "So, you got any bright ideas for how you're going to do this diversion? We're only going to need a couple minutes tops."
Oh, diversion seem to be what we're good at. Last time we hit him with the good old 1-2 fuck around with traffic and do a giant explosion of gunk around the place, but I don't know, how you feeling? You want to mix it up? I did kind of use my last smoke grenade on our whole last stunt there, so I'm running thin on grenades for the whole situation. Most I got is tear gas.
I mean, tear gas can still work.
It
Was
it
there
does, but I'm not exactly looking forward to using tear gas for a simple disruption.
is there any chance you were able to pick up some of that purple smoke you mentioned?
Uh, Considering it exploded me against a wall, no, unfortunately not. The only place I got it was well, I had it underneath my fingernails for a while. Found some in my pants, but I didn't exactly gather it around in some kind of canister to be able to puff off everywhere. So
Right. Well, in any case, I'm sure just standard acid spill coupled with tear gas might should still do the job.
it should. I don't know about throwing tear gas in the middle of this area. You know, part of me is being a bit selfish considering I'm thinking about keeping that tear gas for some time when we might be in an actual scuffle. I'm especially thinking it could be useful for the main hit.
Right.
Uh, I have a stun gun. I can start shooting shit.
We could. Just I'd like something to catch them a little more off guard first.
I wonder if there's a way. Are there street lamps in the area?
Yes, there are.
Oh.
I could start
Wait, what
shooting
if
out the street lamps,
I
exploding them.
what if okay, I'm not big on public property destruction. this may or may not hurt some people. But let's just say, you melt the base of a street light a little bit and it kind of just falls over.
I like the idea of that.
Alright.
I'm thinking some real ghost movie shite. You know?
Yeah.
Never see those. So I'm thinking maybe you weaken a couple of the base poles, and you're saying like one little shot should probably take him out of it, eh? At that point,
Should.
slight breeze will knock him over.
How
Because here's what could happen. I could do my best to set off some sort of a chain reaction. You know, you melt the surfaces, and then we make one hell of a bang by shorting out the light bulbs, making all of that shite explode, and then bam, they come crashing down. Now that's a story.
Yeah. I just need some time to start melting it. How thick are the street lights?
How thick are street lights in real life? It's like probably like half a foot or
Yeah.
something like that in diameter.
Something like 3 to 5 inches at least.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, you heard the lass. We're gonna have to give her a couple of minutes there to get the poles a melting. So you guys get your tech ready and get ready for one fuck of a light show.
He Spider Murphy thinks about it and says, if you need someone to short out those light bulbs, I think I could do it before
Oh, I was just thinking about
sneaking
shooting them,
inside.
but I mean that actually works better. Quite frankly.
All right. Just make sure that you keep their attention for a good few minutes so that we can get in there. I can do my thing, then we can get out.
Alright.
Yeah, of course.
Or else, I mean, things might get hairy on the way out.
That's to be expected done in this area. Sounds like a plan.
Yep.
Alright, let's run it. Melt those poles. Short those fuses. Fuck shit up.
So the way Blight's gonna do this, she's just gonna hunker down, maybe have like a needle in her hand, so she just looks like another drug addict on the streets. Just sneaky about it.
Cool. You want to make an acting or a stealth check?
Let's do a stealth check. I think I
Okay.
said she was decent at stealth.
What happened to the bot?
There's so many
Come back
skills.
to
Oh
me.
yeah, the bot's been dead for a little bit.
16.
Nice.
16. Okay. Let's play. Hang on. Come back to us.
Man, killjoys are really good at making noise.
Killjoys, make some noise.
Okay. So, yeah, I think you have the opportunity to kind of get down below the crowds and make sure that you're unnoticed as you're melting away at these light poles. Are you melting it so that it's going to fall towards the street or like towards the office building?
We'll do towards the office building.
Okay.
Or maybe the other way to divert people away from the office building.
Darn, but it'd be so funny if a pole just came crashing through the building. Yeah, okay, towards the street.
I have to be a brain cell here, unfortunately.
Okay. Yeah. This is a very crowded street from the sidewalks to the actual pavement itself. So there's plenty of kind of heads to or bodies to duck behind while you do your thing. And you're doing this to 2 poles or?
I think one pole is more than enough. Like, if a pole just straight up fell over while you're driving, that's already a lot of attention.
Okay, but imagine if there were 2.
No!
That would be extra chaos.
How silly do I want to get with this?
I think you want to get silly.
I want to roll a d4 for this.
I
Odds
want
it's
you to
1.
get real fucking silly.
Odds it's 1. Evens it's 2.
Come
I
on.
rolled a 2. All right, 2 pulls.
Yes.
Okay. So then, like, it's like one for each of you, and then like at a certain time, you're gonna like tip them over, or I'm
Yeah.
just like kind of like trying to like grok how you're like going about this specifically. Yeah.
Well, no, I think Blight melts them, and then Paradise shoots them so that they fall over, and
I
then
think
Spider Murphy makes
yeah.
the lights go out.
Mm.
Am I still shooting them, or is Murphy just doing the
It
lights?
was something like that.
Because I have a new idea for what I want to do.
What's that?
If Murphy is going to be the one shooting out the lights and having them fall down, I think I just want to go into the middle of the fucking road once the 2 street lamps like fall down, and in the smoke and the rubble, I just want to start yelling, "John F. Kennedy survived! He is alive! He fucking lived! He's in the streets right
Oh my
now!
god.
If you don't believe me, then see it for yourself. He'll come for you in your nightmare." Yeah, some shite like that.
But
Kill
okay.
John Lennon.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. I want you to give me. Ooh, would this be acting?
I feel like it'd be acting.
John F. Kennedy is real. And he could be anywhere. He could be behind you. He could be you. With all the sculpting that's been going on, how long do you think he's been sowing the seeds of this? No, he's frozen himself just like old Michael J. Mouse's creator himself under the fucking palisade at Disney World. He's been waiting for his day to rise up. We all thought the era of Kennedy sex crimes were over. Hide your fucking children. Hide your fucking wives. John F. Kennedy lived. He lived. And he's coming for all of us. He's coming down for our fucking economy. As if it weren't already fucked in the head already. Oh, no, 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 no. He's coming and he's going to explode the heads of all of us just like we thought we exploded his head. Some mind-blowing shit out there, I'm telling you what. Look at this. The power of John.
You
Yep.
make an acting check and then give that a +2. One from the help that you're getting from Blight and Spider Murphy, and then a +1 for just that whole performance. That was funny.
Yep. You just hear her in the middle of it just going like, "A man may die, nations may rise and fall, but an idea lives on." That's what John F. Kennedy said. He's been sowing the seeds of this revolution for years. Oh, the rights of every man are diminished when the rights of one man
patriotic
is
thing
threatened.
I've heard all day.
And the man who is threatened is John F. Kennedy. And I am just shouting this in the streets.
Blythe's just muttering to herself, like, how did I find myself in this situation?
This is before or after all the lights like come down?
This is as the lights are going down.
I see.
I exploded!
Oh my god! How do you do this?
25
That's so
plus
good.
2, 27.
Oh my god. Okay. Yes, you absolutely just everyone in this square, guards, pedestrians, everything, like turn to you as you start speaking, and after a few seconds of this, Blight pops up, having completed the bits of melting. Blight, could you remove another? I'm gonna say 10 shots from your acid pistol, or from your acid ammo.
I do not have 10 shots.
Oh, you don't have those? That many?
No. I think
How much do you have?
I think max on the air pistol is like 8 shots.
No, I mean like from the amount of ammo that you have in your inventory.
Oh, in my inventory. Oh, I'm silly.
Yeah, you should be able to mess with it there, right?
Cost, damage, ammunition. Where is the ammunition for the air pistol if not on the combat section?
Go to your inventory and then ammo.
There is no ammo? What have I been shooting with?
Okay, I'm just gonna I'll just consider that I'll just consider it that you have expended the rest of your ammo on this then.
Yeah.
And we'll cover that later. I may have forgotten to have you buy ammo for your thing earlier.
Oh.
That or you already spent it. I don't know.
No, because it's like, it's here, right? It's like, the air pistol has 6 shots left on it.
Mm-hmm.
I have ammo for the SMG because I can see that it has 29 shots left on it. But as for finding it in my actual inventory, it is simply non-existent.
Inventory. There's no entry for in the ammo section that says acid air pistol.
It says armor, clothing, cyberware, gear, and weapon.
There's an ammo section in the inventory.
No?
Scroll to the left.
Scroll to the... I'm on desktop looking at my sheet.
Oh shit. Yeah, I don't know why, but there's not an ammo section in there. I don't understand why. Darn thing. Clothing, cyberware.
Okay, let me open
Yeah,
the
I don't.
app real quick. Because it's just so easy having it on my... thing.
Yeah, but the app is just way more functional.
Ugh. I see, alright. So just subtract 10 from it, right?
Yeah, and then it doesn't update live, so those are 2 separate character sheets that you have on your phone and your
Yeah.
computer. So don't forget also the one from the lock earlier.
Yeah, don't worry. I'll have them both open and I'll fix it later.
Yeah. I'm gonna figure out the ammo thing later. I feel like there has to be some way, but whatever.
You guys need more time to figure that out. I can continue making a speech about JFK's
good.
return.
No, it's okay. We're good. We're good.
Okay, great. I do have more though.
Okay, fine. Go ahead.
You're in Canada. How do you have this much information on JFK?
I'll give you the next minute. Go.
Okay, first of all, it's going to be John F. Kennedy. He's going to come back from the dead. You know who killed John F. Kennedy? Everyone thinks that they know who killed John F. Kennedy. There's thousands of theories around the world, but it all comes down to one place, the FBI. And you want to know something else that the FBI were working on in the world? Huh? You know, this was after the time of John F. Kennedy. They were working on the Strategic Defense Initiative. That means lasers from the fucking sky. Deus Ex Machina coming down on the entire city. You know what's been happening in Night City all these years? Rocks falling from the sky. We thought that it was the end with John F. Kennedy coming back from the dead, but no. Now Reagan's coming down to trickle his nuts down over the economy once again. And he's going to bring home the hailstone of meteors all around you. You're all gonna die at the hands of Reagan. Reagan and his fucking nonsense that he's up to. You know, the towers that are now rising up around Night City, well, you know what's gonna fall next? Them. It's all gonna happen again. History is repeating itself, I'll tell you what now. So you better get ready for the revolution to come. This is what the Bible said.
What the fuck? Okay, that's your time.
Wasn't it the CIA,
Thank
not
you.
the FBI?
Fuck.
You don't know.
The CIA. Whatever. Fuck. I'm from fucking Ireland.
Okay, geez, wow. Yes, you've definitely attracted everybody's attention, especially as you were like earlier when you were speaking. The lights all around the street just all simultaneously like shorted out and exploded, leaving a lot of the area coated only in darkness and the lights of like neon signs and whatnot.
As the darkness washes over, you just hear Jonah's horn has blown. He's coming
Lord.
back. The second coming of John F. Kennedy, which stands for Jesus fucking Christ with a K.
Jesus, oh my god. And as this is happening, everyone's panicking as the lights go out, and they start to panic more as the light poles begin to crash down onto the street. A lot of people are rushing, trying to get away from it.
This is what the news doesn't tell ya!
You see a good few people who are not able to get out of the way of the light pole in time. And you hear a lot of heavy impact and screaming and chaos as some people are smushed a little bit.
Oh no!
You hear your bones breaking. A lot of people end up lying in the street as the poles collapse down onto the pavement. And you see pretty much every Arasaka soldier in the building immediately like turns to face this chaos. Several of them start like marching out, moving to like kind of like contain the spread of panic throughout the crowd. A lot of them you see a lot of them like kind of like pushing themselves like into the crowd and like trying to like move people and like stop and like hold them to prevent like a crowd crush from occurring. As everyone tries to like get away from the side of this panic. And you see a lot of them start like moving out to start to contain the damage and try to keep the chaos from escalating. You see one Arasaka soldier in armor, not carrying a gun in his hand, just like kind of like approaches you, like kind of like arms or like hands outstretched and like says, "Ma'am, you need to calm down. You need to calm down."
I like snap my head around like I'm Sadako from The Ring, and I just look at this guy in the eye and goes, "Your eyes. Your eyes. Your eyes are the same as Judith Exner, and you know what that means. When he comes back, John F. Kennedy is going to fuck you. Right up the arse. Frank Sinatra's going to lead you to the fucking dome, and JFK is gonna finish the fucking job, I tell you what, unless you fucking run and you change your ways and the way that you stare at me and the people at the streets, you hear me?"
Make a cool roll. This is going to be a face down roll, which basically is just straight cool plus your reputation, but you don't have reputation, so it's just cool.
I am the coolest person known to man. Please. That's a 13.
Oh boy.
Oh, did you explode?
No, I just have high cool.
Oh yeah, I'm dumb. I forgot about math.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Great. He looks at you just like very confused and weirded out and very. He just kind of like backs off and like decides that this isn't worth it and turns back to trying to like help some other people in the crowd.
Be not afraid, neither be thou dismayed. They wait upon the
with
Lord
all your
and shall renew their
ranting, your raving, with everything going on and your monologue and all that, amidst all that, you keep things. You see that this whole street is basically just awash in chaos for the next several minutes, and it's more than enough time, as you see. A little bit later, Spider Murphy walks back out onto the street. This kind of like smug, satisfied smile on her face, and you can just barely make out Shayton moving along nearby her, kind of like faded into the crowd.
Light's just there drinking a bottle of water.
And she looks at you, and like gestures for you, for Blight and Paradise and Congo to follow.
Oh yeah.
All
like
right.
I'm still in the middle of just fucking ranting and raving. He wouldn't give you the steam off of his fucking piss. Oh, okay. Are we done now?
She
I
nods
think-
and
I think we've
Right
been
now.
done.
Ah, okay. Sounds good. Sorry, I got a little bit carried away there. I mean, I think I've been bending that one up for a right long time, eh?
you as
Really had one wild night.
you're walking and catching up to Spider Murphy, as you're walking up, Congo catches up to you, Paradise, and says, "Are you all right? Like
Oh, yeah.
mentally?"
That's debatable at this point, but you know, being in the industry for this long, you kind of know how to lose your mind at direct times, and you know, I'm grand, mate. I'm having a right old fucking go.
He looks at you, and it's kind of hard to read his expression under the helmet, but doesn't say anything further. You guys follow Spider Murphy to like a ramen store, not not far off of not far away from the scene of the crime. You see Shayton like climb into the back of a van parked right outside the store. Meanwhile, Spider goes and like takes a seat up and orders a
Oh,
orders
got
a
myself.
bowl of ramen.
Oh, got myself a bit lightheaded doing all that. Haven't had that much of a public meltdown since Ah, well. That's one hell of a distraction, eh? I've really outdone myself this time.
Ditto, I could say the same thing. That was a lot of blood.
Hey, well, yeah, huh. I guess I was so caught up in the fact I didn't even notice what was happening around me. Been quite a number.
So,
Well,
did you find
you get the
Endo?
fucker?
Spider Murphy, you as you like kind of like sit down next to her, Spider Murphy like looks at you, Paradise, and says, "You're crazy," and that's a compliment for us net runners. Um, so good job.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
take that.
Yeah, we got what we needed. Looks like Endo isn't at home right now. He's trying to make a new one. He's there's an apartment building a few blocks down in the down that way. That he's forcibly evicting. He wants to free it up as a choke point to keep an eye on the surrounding streets and as a storage area to keep his supplies.
Well, that's irritating.
What do we say to that right cunt who was passing by our camp the other time? They keep trying to move us around out of their war zone, but they keep tearing down houses in the process.
I'm
I
not
mean,
very happy about it either.
They might as well
But-
just fight here in the city, and we all live out in the desert.
Yeah, might as
Well-
well.
About that. See, obviously none of us are happy about this, but you know who else wouldn't be happy to hear about Arasaka making moves? Militech. So,
Shit, that's a
I-
good point.
and you see that this entire time, like she's kind of like been like tapping away on her phone, which is like connected to it's like connected to her the cyber deck, the keyboard that's like kind of like on her lap, and the phone itself has like a little like antenna thing like rigged up to it. She says, "So I have been redirecting," and she like taps one more key on her cyber deck. I've redirected a Militech patrol to go over to that apartment building, wait for them, spring a little ambush. That'll cause a lot of chaos, tangle them up in a firefight, and in the midst of all that chaos, Shayton and I are gonna go in and grab him.
Well, sounds easy as that, eh?
Yeah, pretty much. You
Please
guys
don't-
don't have to come along if you don't want to.
Yeah. Well, at least please don't tell me that you need any other distractions, because I think I
I'll
lost part of my voice.
Act
And
it out.
definitely a little spent after having to melt all of that.
Yeah. And all the same to you all, I'm not really looking forward to the possibility of my face showing up on the news. Probably will, but we'll see how that goes. Hopefully there
problem.
was enough dust and debris to make me seem like any other shanty Irish prick in the middle of the street yelling her fucking lungs off, but I mean, that's really only one shanty Irish prick that could be nowadays, and that is me, and whatever. I'll deal with it when I deal with it.
Well, all right. Let's just get some noodles, wait for the show to start. How about it?
Oh, sounds like a grand old plan, eh?
Absolutely.
And with that, maybe you guys get some noodles. Speaking of, let's take a 10-minute break to so that I can get food because I'm hungry.
I'm eating food. If you can hear it, I'm sorry, but I'm looking at my mic and it doesn't seem to be picking up, so I think it's fine.
Yeah, I
I
haven't heard anything.
also need to get some food.
Yes, food time. I'll be back in a few.
All
I
right.
hope you guys enjoyed my absolutely off the shits rant. I've been preparing for this my whole life.
Yes.
He's having a dream.
He dreaming.
You can see him.
Good boy.
I'm gonna let's go to break music.
Break music. I'm hearing mouth noises. Is that my dog?
It's not
I
Or is
me.
don't
that
know.
me?
I'm not chewing. I'm.
Or is it me? That was horrible. I regret everything. All right. 10-minute break, you said?
Yep.
I'll be back. Everyone enjoy my dog.
All right. So it's just me and you, chat. I'm gonna talk about the fries that I got. I got Wendy's ghost pepper fries here, and this pisses me off literally every single time that I order anything that's labeled as ghost pepper. Give me actual ghost pepper. This is incredibly disappointing and sad. Like, I can take it. This is pathetic. I swear, vinegar, like white vinegar that I use on like longaniza or something, so much spicier than these stupid fries or whatever seasoning that they're using, because it sure as hell ain't ghost pepper if I'm not dying on the floor, unless ghost pepper is actually that pathetic and every reaction that I see on YouTube is exaggerated. On a side note, I'm gonna have a huge project that I've been working on go live tomorrow. It's a little poster. If you've been keeping up with my Twitter, I've been sharing work in progress shots of it that I probably should have marked as work in progress so that people don't steal it, but it's whatever. And essentially, that'll be going live tomorrow. Can't wait to show off the finished product. How is chat right now? Very well. Keep your secrets. So I'm going to be uploading the time lapse to my YouTube. I should update my YouTube profile picture because it's still that silly little tarantula spider hand. Ah, damn. Alrighty, I'll just mute OBS every time I chew then. My bad. That's embarrassing. I also, my brother also commissioned me as a hopes of like, oh, maybe this will get you a little bit more exposure if you actually like show like a finished commission. So I did that. I gave him a 20% discount. So I was like, you know what, that's fair, but I don't necessarily want to draw for just exposure. He hasn't paid me yet, so I have to talk to him about that. Oh, at work yesterday, this lady, her car broke in the drive-thru, and we literally could not take drive-thru orders for like a solid maybe 20 minutes or so. And this guy, I'm trying to explain, because here's the thing, the lady, she came inside the store to leave her kids, so they weren't in the hot car. But she was gonna go help push the car, so obviously she can't just leave her kids alone. So I was asked to sit there and watch the kids, and I'm explaining to this guy on the headset, and I'm telling him, like, no, I'm not going out there to go see what car is broken. I need you to back out of the drive-thru, because as it stands, the drive-thru is not moving right now. And he keeps going like, well, can you come out here? Or can you, like, send someone from, like, your corporate to get here? And I'm like, no, I'm not my manager. And he's like, well, where is your manager? I don't know, but he's not here, and I can't leave because I'm watching some kids.
Hi.
Hi.
What did? Do you want to see the meat cube? Do
The what now?
you want to see the meat cube?
Sure. Sure. So what kind of eldritch abomination do we think a meat cube is? Oh.
It's the
Oh,
meat
wow.
cube. Oh no, 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 no. Tammy, no.
He's smelling the
No, no, no,
air.
you don't want the meat cube. You don't want. No, no, no. You don't want the meat cube. You don't want the fucking meat. No, 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 no.
Look at him. Oh, look at that giraffe neck. He's just like my dog. I didn't think a dog could stretch his neck that far. That was elongated. No, my video is not made for kids. When would I ever make things for kids? I can add an end screen? Whoa. Can I just use an image? Yeah? Oh shoot. I don't know how to use YouTube. Add element, end screen. I'm confused. How does this work? Never mind. There's a reason why I didn't become a YouTuber, and it's this. There's just too much. There's too much to worry about. Let's set a date. Tomorrow at... We'll do the usual Apex and Aberrations time. I wasn't going to say anything yet until the end of the stream, because I figured, you know, like, I might as well wait till the end of the stream to do it, but I got downtime right now. There is not gonna be an Apex and Aberration session tomorrow. That is because, August 1st I have a couple things due. That is the Halloween zine for Apex, and then there's a dating sim that I agreed to make poses for. So those are due, and I wanted to finish this poster before I start those, because if I start the poster... No, if I don't finish the poster and I start the other things, I was worried, oh, maybe, what if I don't get to finish this? And as it turns out, when I check my time-lapse info, the start date was literally a month ago, June 27th, and I was like, oh wow, it really has been that long, so I wanted to make sure I get this done before anything, so... We're gonna do that. Changes to the YouTube page, not gonna be much. I should probably make playlists for the videos, which is good, which would be good. Not that I really expect a lot of people to, like, watch these. But it would be good to at least have, stuff. Things organized, especially since 2 campaigns are being uploaded to the channel at this point, so I might as well make this, very concise. Another thing that happened recently, I have a personal account that,
Who are you talking to?
chat.
Who's in chat? I don't see no one in chat.
Well, if there's no one in chat, doesn't matter. I'm still gonna talk because it's 10 minutes and, I'm bored. It's okay. Point being, though, for some reason my personal account is a manager account, and now I can't access my movies that I bought on YouTube, and I'm like, what the heck, YouTube? So, I was very upset about that.
I'm gonna keep eating until Dean is back on the camera.
I'm just here occasionally munching on some ghost pepper fries. I'm very upset that they are not actually seasoned with ghost pepper. I think it'd be so funny if they were. Oh yeah. I am thoroughly enjoying the Kingdom Hearts community on Twitter right now because they are memeing the shit out of it. It's so funny. What is new on Twitter right now? I haven't really looked at it since I made the post about going live.
I just realized I'm playing the fuck out of some definitely copyrighted music on this stream.
I mean, as long as they don't hear it, right? Stream won't get taken down.
Yeah.
And I was talking for a solid while, just going over story time stuff, cause work was stupid yesterday. I won't get back into the whole spiel of it, but cause I already talked about it. But too long, don't listen to me.
Yeah.
There was a car stuck in the drive-thru and a lot of people got mad. This one guy in particular got mad at me because, he was upset that I wasn't a store manager at the end of the day, so it's like, wow, okay, whatever. Oh yeah, this is definitely copyright music. I'm gonna keep talking over it so we don't get in trouble. Oh look, Dean's back! Woohoo! Definitely not just talking as an excuse to not get copyrighted. Hi, Dean! Did Hammy eat the
Hello.
meat cube?
He did not eat the meat cube. I have saved the meat cube. I made scuffed hot pot,
Ooh, very fun.
so I'm back. Scuffed
I
hot
for-
pot, as in I just have hot pot base on the go at all times.
If only.
Just cuz.
Ooh.
And then I already have like pre-proportioned shit out, like the meat cube.
Alright, chat.
So
I
I scrounge from the meat cube and then I just all shove it in a saucepan and that's scuffed hot pot, baby.
know I said I would mute every time on OBS every time I eat a french fry, but I've decided that that is too much effort. You guys are just gonna have to have Blight mukbang right now.
Oh
Suffer.
God.
You will also get Dean mukbang because I am eating my scuffed hot pot.
I'll move my mic away though.
I'll move my mic closer.
Okay.
Balances out. I've just been playing what is very definitely copyrighted music during the break. I'm sure there won't be any consequences for that.
I'm gonna pray.
I'm
Oh,
jamming
there will
out. I'm jamming out too hard to want to stop it right now. I love this
Alright.
song so much.
You know you
But-
could. Did you mute it for the stream side?
No, I didn't.
Oh no.
It's fine.
It's fine.
There won't be any consequences.
They won't notice, and I spent a good majority of break time talking about like things that happened recently.
I heard.
So
I showed up for a second to try and show you the meat cube, and I heard quite the rant.
Okay, if somebody says they don't know where their manager is and they can't leave the store, don't ask them to come out of the store. It's really that simple.
Actually true. This tofu that I have, by the way, if anyone wants, like, to find some good, like, vegan substitutes for, tofu, or for sausage, smoked tofu. It tastes just like sausage. It is ridiculous.
Interesting. I'm gonna have to keep that in mind.
I'm just here like I'm allergic to most vegan things, so oh well.
Carnivore. Carnivore.
I'm not vegan, by the way. I'm just giving vegan tips. Smile.
Pog. Okay, so back to work. You guys wait for a little bit, and after spending some time eating some food, courtesy of Spider Murphy, who buys you some like noodles and stuff, you. Oh, I should probably put the old ambiance back, but eventually she gets word that that a gunfight has started in a apartment building not too far away from you.
Let's go.
And that appears to be the sign that she's been waiting for. She and Shaitan get up and they start walking down that way. You travel those few blocks towards the towards that apartment building, where you can see a broad like gray, kind of like old dilapidated looking building at one side of the street, where you can hear gunshots and the flashes of gunfire from inside. There are Arasaka trucks parked outside. and but they seem to be empty and locked. All the soldiers have gotten out and raided that building, gotten tangled up in a firefight. Um, Spider Murphy has she has like a duffel bag with her that she carried out of the van outside the noodle shop walking there, and you see that she's like strapping on like a Kevlar vest and helmet and like taking out a gun as she's walking over there. Um, Peyton also has like a rifle that he brings out. Two of them are getting ready to head inside. Spider Murphy turns to the three of you and says, "You don't have to come along if you don't want to, but I mean, if you're the scavenging type, there'll probably be some good stuff in there."
I'm
Don't
not
really.
looking to scavenge around for materials per se, but I do want to get a couple of shots of the scene. So, not sure if you want to come with me, Blight, but I may or may not be throwing myself in the midst of the firefight to get some shots.
Well, I mean, as the obligatory medic, I suppose I should.
Yeah, well, I'm used to a couple of gunshot wounds flying my way, so really up to you at the end of the day, but Arasaka versus Militech, now that's something they're probably not going to be covering on the main news stations right now. Last I checked, it was mostly celebrity gossip.
Rockcat might want something too. Might as well pick something up, I guess.
Right. Sure, there's a number of nice little scraps around that we can find for maybe Rockcat or so. Stop crying at me. That's my dog.
Congo says, "I will come too. That you may need protection in there."
Right, well, I definitely suggest keeping yourself on the down low out there. I mean, being in the midst of an Arasaka and Militech conflict, I mean,
Yes, I understand.
yeah, I really don't want your
And
face
it's
getting
not the
revealed up
safest
there.
place for me to be.
Yeah.
I want you getting killed even less. This is important work that we're doing.
It is. Glad you understand that. And getting a couple camera angles of what's actually happening out there in the world, now that's important to me. So if it's all the same to you lads, I'm going to charge into the middle of a firefight and hopefully not get killed.
Spider Murphy and Phaeton, they split off from you pretty quickly. With Phaeton, he takes like a grappling gun and just like fires it up the side of the building, and he carries Spider Murphy up along the side of the building. The two of them go to infiltrate that way, leaving you three to go by the door.
Well, I really wish I had myself one of those. Have to pick one up next time and do a nice show shop around town, eh? Okay.
I was
So,
looking at one. I wasn't sure how much I wanted it though. It's fine.
yeah, I had my sights set on one at some point there, but I was like, well, I climb to most places anyways for good camera angles. I can just use my little legs. Probably need them at this age. Keep them in tip-top shape, eh? She's progressively getting more Irish. Help me.
um, yeah, as you make your way inside, you see ahead of you is a long, broad corridor littered with trash and not much in the way of decoration at all. The first floor seems relatively, there's not as much like gun shooty, bang, bang, bang going on down here. Most of the gunshots seem to be coming from upstairs. You see a good ways down the hall, there are the bodies of a couple of Arasaka soldiers, and that's a good ways down the hall, and then immediately to your left are stairs leading up the building.
Right. Gonna get a couple shots down here, and then we're gonna start moving. All right.
Sounds
I'll
good.
probably be in the front, so follow my lead. If I die, drag me out. by the feet if you need to. And she's just going to get out her stun gun and is going to just march over towards the bodies, is going to flick on her audio and video recorder, is going to bend down and is going to turn over the face of all of the people who are currently dead on the ground. She is not even checking to see if any of them are clinging to life right now. She is just trying to find the injury wounds and what corporation they're for and any identification on all of them. She's doing this like rapid speed.
Blight's just there keeping a lookout for her while Paradise is engrossed. She has that Cobra mask on that she had last session. She sort of just has like her syringe claws ready in case anyone rounds the corner.
Yeah, I think I just like have my hand up and I kind of do a little gesture. I'm like, right, Konko, if you mind giving me a hand here, there's a couple more than one body down here. Do the old sweep. Try to find any injuries, turn them up so that the camera can see them, and obviously you'll get scrambled out of the frame a bit later, but try to find identification, headshots, wounds, etc. Got it?
Understood. He has drawn this like very sleek looking pistol that's like polished like blue-gray with like pink accents, and it's got like custom like engravings on the side. It's just a really nice looking handgun, and he's using that, keeping you covered, sweeping the area as you and him turn over the bodies. Make a deduction roll for me.
Deduction? I got plus 14 to deduction. Or it says 10 plus 14. Oh yeah, it is 10 plus 14. I just rolled low as hell. Ugh. Hi, Hamuel. Okay, that is a... What is that? Why can't I read? What the fuck? Where did it go? How do I see my rolls? I clicked off of it. Roll history. There it is. Okay. Deduction, I got an 18.
18. Okay, good.
That was me rolling low.
I know, right? Yeah. That's the beauty of specializing into stuff in this game. You basically get a lot of just guaranteed free successes.
Yeah.
And with that, you looking at these bodies, these guys are in like full on like military gear. Like they're not trying to hide who they're working for. These are like ballistic vests and tactical helmets, emblazoned with the black and red and the Arasaka corporate logos. These guys are wearing like medium armor, military grade. They have like Arasaka brand assault rifles in their hands, and you see that they have been. It looks, from the looks of things, these two were ambushed right as they entered the door. You see where their blood is like splattered up against the wall, and a little bit further down the alleyway, you see Militech soldiers armed with shotguns who have been eliminated as well. The firefight seems to have continued on up the building. It's all appears to be very, very close quarters fighting, pretty high intensity, very, very lethal from the looks of things.
Okay. Oh,
Make,
Hammy.
Blight.
and make a photography and film roll as well.
Ooh.
With a +1.
How did I not see that this was a skill? How did I not spec into this? I literally didn't see that this was a thing.
Big ouchies.
I'm gonna roll with luck.
It happens because there's a lot of skills.
Yeah, I'm glad I rolled with luck. I got a... Well, 15's not bad. I'll put 2 luck points in that to make it a 17.
A 17, wonderful. Yes, you capture some very good shots, pretty professional quality, and you make sure to thanks to really kind of like understanding what happened here. You're able to like kind of like be able to like tell the story of how this firefight has gone down through your filming.
Yep.
Yeah.
Blight's
Perfect.
just gonna call out and ask.
Blight, what were you doing?
Blight's gonna call out and ask, do they have anything on them? Any interesting cyberware?
Cyberware. Sorry, mostly looking for identification up here. They have relatively good armor. I mean, considering they're working for the military. Maybe if you want to get a helmet from the Arasaka Corp, could be useful later in our whole takedown operation. In terms of cyberware, is there any cyberware on them?
I can move over and look if the coast is clear.
Yeah. Make a cyber tech check, Blight.
Okay, I'm starting to
Cyber
scout the
check.
next room. I'm just like getting ready to scout the stairwell.
Okay. Yeah. While Blight's making that roll, you scout the stairwell, and you can hear the continuing gunfight from upstairs. But most of like the rooms in this building have been abandoned and or very recently cleared out without too much in the way of worldly possessions among the tenants. Most of the people living here seem to have been pretty poor, not the type to carry around a lot of loose sentimental items. Would you get in that cyber tech, Blight?
Rolled a 20.
Oh, okay.
Or 20 total, I should say.
Yeah, I was like thinking like you're using the wrong die, but no, yeah. You okay with a 20? You are able to identify that most of these soldiers, the best generally are fairly lightly equipped in terms of cyberware. Mostly you see, as far as you can identify, it's like neural links connected to interface plugs or smart gun links, which basically let them use their smart guns more effectively. Or their rifles are equipped with like smart gun technology, and those implants that they have are primarily focused on letting them use those guns.
All right. Can I, right now, is it possible to remove maybe like 2 neural links and then take the rifles with me?
Removing the neural links, I don't think so. But but taking the guns, definitely.
Okay. Can I put a body in the cryo chamber then?
The cryo pump, or
Yeah, the cryo pump.
pump is what it is.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. So you take out your bag, your body bag, basically, and hook it up, and you slide the one of the Arasaka troopers' bodies into it, and you manage to you slip them in there, freeze it to
Get all
preserve.
Nice and comfy.
Yeah, and then yeah, you're basically able to like kind of like pull them up onto your back, kind of like a backpack, I think. It's heavy, but you know, you could do it. And along with that, you pack the assault rifles into your like carry-all bag.
All right.
While this is happening, I've been scouting where I want to figure out where the gunfire is coming from, and I want to stealth over to that location.
Make a stealth roll.
Oh, I be stealthing as much as possible. You know, I'm gonna do this with luck, just in case.
It's
Yeah.
it's just a regular assault rifle, right?
It is actually an Arasaka WAA bullpup assault rifle.
Okay, let me just custom add that Arasaka
Well, yeah, I already
rifle.
No, I already said it. So, are you on your phone or the computer?
I'm on the computer.
Okay. Yeah, just make a note of that for now then.
Yeah.
This is why I roll with luck, because I got a 12, but I'm gonna add 4 to it. I'm probably adding too much. That was so 12 plus 4 would be 16. Yeah, I think a 16 is probably what I want. So yeah, I'll add 4 of my luck points to it. So now I have 1 left. So I basically used up my luck for the session, but that stealth is a 16.
Yeah, it's 719. It's not a unjustified thing to do. Okay. You. Ooh. Oh yeah, you're sneaky as fuck. I think as you're proceeding up to the you proceed up to the 3rd floor where you're hearing the gunshots coming from, and and Congo follows you. You kind of like look around the corner and you see suddenly a Militech soldier goes flying back and like from one room and like flies off into the corridor. An Arasaka soldier like kind of like leaps on top of him with a wakizashi in hand and like drives it down into his chest. And you see a little bit further down the hall, another Arasaka soldier also has one of those wakizashi and is attacking another Militech soldier. It looks like in these like very tight quarters of the apartment building, in the tight corridors, the Arasaka soldiers have like the edge due to their like swordsmanship, which the Militech soldiers aren't as prepared for. And you, thanks to your stealth, you managed to start like getting very good video of all of this.
Yeah.
They seem more distracted.
Great, yeah. I'm like sliding around behind as much cover as possible, and then like peeking out so that it's kind of just the cyber eye peeking out of cover and the audio, which are both on the same side, so they catch that clean, crisp, one-sided audio. Yeah, I'm looking at everyone over and up and down. I am not getting close to any of the bodies because I don't want to be seen. I am just staying to the sidelines, and I am getting as much footage as possible with a focus on the brutality that's happening on both sides. As much brutality as I can capture, I am getting it fully on screen.
Yeah, I think you also capture as those two sword wielding soldiers start making their way to the stairs, only to get into a gunfight with a Militech officer with like you see he has like a cowboy hat on, and he like rushes down the stairs with like this double barrel shotgun, firing away at the both of them, before switching to a pistol and engaging the two of them. It's all very like close range, very intense fight, and you capture pretty much all of it as they're fighting.
Yeah, a second that I think I do not want to wait till the battle has died down to get the fuck out of there. So I think so long as I just like have a good amount of footage of the carnage happening as well as the dead bodies just to show, hey, shit's fucked over here, guys. I'm going to just turn around to my good old friend, Kongo, and I'm just gonna go, all right, we go out the way we came in, okay?
He nods and says, "It seems like Blight picked up some loot. Should probably help her carry it."
Voice down, voice down. Okay, we start running the second that we hear the next bout of reloading, okay?
He nods. And two of you wait for like that lull in the combat. And when it comes, the Congo and you look at each other and nod, and you start making your way back out the way you came. Blight, as you are finishing up with your cryo pump and with packing all the loot in, you see Paradise and Congo approaching as well.
Well,
Right, time to fucking skedaddle. We got a good amount of footage there. I think that was a relatively good night crawl, but it's time to fucking go.
yep, I agree. I'd like to not get shot. How do
And let's hope that the other two are making out like bandits up there and kidnapping that guy all nice and good.
I sure hope so, cause this is messy.
Hey, did we get their contact information?
Yeah, I think you would have shared it like during the time
The
you
ramen
were at
shop,
the
yeah.
ramen shop.
Okay, good. Alright, Spider, Murphy. Okay, I want to save them to my contacts.
Cool. Yeah, you make your way out of the building. You're not looting anything else, right? You just Blight just had those like Arasaka guys.
On our way out, I will grab one of the Arasaka guys' helmets.
I'm assuming the
Ooh, okay.
guys. I'm assuming the guy I grabbed isn't also in full armor, so I'll just take the armor off of him after the surgery.
Yes. Okay. So, Paradise, that would be a medium armor jack helmet.
Medium armor jack helmet. Great.
If you put that on, that's gonna give you some it's going to give you some penalties, but it is
Yeah, I'm not
very
putting it on.
protective.
It is just in case.
Both of us get
need
that,
it.
right?
What's that?
Both of us get the armor jack helmet, right?
Yeah. I'll explain in full what you specifically looted after the session. I think because I doubt it's going to come into play like during this session.
Okay.
Mhm.
But yeah. You make your way out of the building, and you hear more gunshots and everything going on out there. You also see Spider Murphy and Shayton as they break the lock on one of the Arasaka vehicles. You see Shayton is like carrying a man in a suit over his shoulder, and he like tosses him into the back of the armored truck, while Spider Murphy climbs into the driver's seat.
As they're heading off, I like wave into the rear view mirror, and I'm like, "Hey, before you skedaddle off there."
She like stops and like kind of like looks over the edge of the roof and like looks at you.
All right, suppose we should at least have some sort of a plan on where we're gonna meet up next. You want us to come with you for this whole torturing thing, or you guys got that one covered?
Oh, we've got this covered. She looks at Congo and says, "How long is it going to take you to get the rest of the team together?" Congo thinks and says, "Give it a week, and we'll get back to you." Spider Murphy nods and says, "All right, well, look, if I need you, I'll give you a call, all right?"
Sounds good. Week from now, Killjoy Base. Sound good?
She gives you like a little, she like flashes a little like devil horns and smiles and climbs into the seat of the truck, and you see her like hot wiring it, starting it up. That truck, the hijacked Arasaka truck, sets off down the Little China Street.
Happy trails!
And with that, you guys are able to make your clean getaway.
Woohoo!
Oh yeah.
And
We get in the car, and I'm just like, all right, Blight, Congo, Rawcat. Oh, right. Rawcat wasn't with us. Ah, and here for a second, I thought we lost one along the way. Okay. Glad to see we all made it in relatively one piece. How's about we get the hell home?
absolutely, let's just drop by the gas station real quick.
Ah, yeah. We'd never
Yes.
forget a good old gas refill.
Yes.
That would be absolutely horrible if we forgot.
Technically,
don't-
it's called what's it called? Chew 2 now. CHOOH, and then
Choo-choo.
like a little
Right.
exponent number 2.
About that.
That's what it's called.
Ian
Choo-choo.
would, Ian would
It's a-
never forgive us if we forgot the chew too. We would never do such a thing.
Yeah, let's just stop by that station real quick and we'll head home. I'd like to get started operating on this guy.
Oh, you picked up a lad. I was wondering why you looked like you were hoisting around someone around human size. I was a little bit busy being in the midst of a firefight. Didn't notice you doing that.
Well, I'm sure they won't miss him, whoever he is.
Arasaka or Militech?
It was Arasaka, right?
Yes, it's an Arasaka soldier who got shot up in the doorway.
Arasaka.
Arasaka. At some point there, if we get our hands on some Militech guy, I'd like to start getting more information on them as well. I know Arasaka is what Congo wants us to be focusing on right now, but both are rotten eggs, I tell you that.
Yeah. I don't know, it's enough work getting caught between two corporate wars. I'd just like to focus on what's ahead of us right now.
Well, that's fair. Suppose we're different in that light. I tend to be looking forward to the more bigger picture of things, but I understand your sentiment. I'll let you know if I find any Militech bodies I'd like deconstructed. But, yeah, for now you focus on that bloke back there.
Yep. I'll get
You
him to my
guys
room and we'll dump his body somewhere.
proceed to make your way to the gas station. Oh, yeah. You guys, you have the body in the van. You guys make your way to a gas station. Well, a chew. Do they call it a chew station? I feel like they might. Yeah, you make your way to a fuel station. Um, it's around like a good bit past midnight when you get there. So the streets are quiet, empty. Uh, Most of the lights are off except for the occasional functioning street lamp and this the lights of the gas station itself here in probably closer to like yeah like maybe somewhere around Charter Hill. And you come to a stop and start to fuel that the minivan up. That's another 50 eddies if you haven't already subtracted
Yeah.
that.
Let me do math because I'm not good at it.
And
I believe in you.
meanwhile, Pongo, he you hear his sleek, fast motorcycle as it pulls up to the station as well, and he stops near your van. He steps off, and he starts to pull his helmet off as if by instinct. You see like just enough of like you see like his mouth, and you see that he's like smiling, but then he like remembers and then like puts it back on, um, and he says, "That was exciting. Do you feel it as I do the excitement standing up to Arasaka?"
Well, I feel the shite that I've taken in my pants every time I go out in a place like that. That's for one. But if that counts, then yeah.
I can't relate. I feel paranoid and threatened every time we step out like this, but
Nah, I do get it. It's thrilling, but I think after so long, it's almost sobering for me. I mean, it's not some kind of game, you know? It's
No, it's not. But I he like looks back off in the direction that you just came from, and he says, "I've had enough of being afraid of Arasaka. Fear of Arasaka guns, of Arasaka violence. I've uh, I was raised with Arasaka violence." Saburo, my father, he knew how to inspire fear, not just with displays of violence like what we saw in there. Just the threat of it. When he struck me as a child, it would always be with his organic arm, not the metal cyber arm that he had from his war injuries. He knew to inspire fear in me of that arm, of that his metal arm, of his the capabilities that he was not unleashing.
Mm.
It's hard to read his expression, but he's like kind of like leaning up against his bike and staring off into the city.
I'm glad that you're getting what you want out of this. You know,
it's a rough
starting to
childhood.
starting to get yourself a sense of self and a sense of, I suppose, freedom. You deserve that. You don't deserve what happened to you, lad. I'm optimistic myself, or at least I try to be. I used to be a lot more optimistic until I realised the sheer scare of it. Or the scale of it. It goes deep. Most people think, in a way, that, you know, the punks of the streets and stuff, they think that they're awake, but there's some things, there's like this natural block in our mind, I find, where we're like, surely humans couldn't go that far. It's always the thought, you know? Surely there has to be humanity in everyone.
Well, almost everyone.
The point I'm getting at is that they're still a long ways away, even after supposing we get to Arasaka. There's going to be a void. And there are two ways that void can be filled. Either it's dispersed, the power given back to the public, and things in general advancing for the better. But the unfortunately more real option is that the second that Arasaka takes a blow, Militech's gonna swipe right in. Before any of the people who actually need the space that Arasaka's taken, or the assets, or the freedoms. This war against Arasaka, the way that Militech frames it as us, the American people, against the corrupt Arasaka. At the end of the day, there's a bigger picture. And I think that's what gets me from being all too excited about it. You know? Because I fear, at the end of the day, I don't fear Arasaka or Militech, but what I fear is the people of the world, thinking that there's nothing that can be done. And people tend to get complacent when they think they've won. They forget that there's always other threats looming. Every generation we see it. A couple strides are made. But then the next generation comes along, kicking, yelling, screaming at us to make things better, and we say, we've already fought this fight. We've already finished this fight. There's nothing else to fight about. Just be finished. There's always going to be something new. The problem is, by the time the next generation solves the problems that we left for them, they're also going to be too tired. They're going to think their war is won. Then the next generation's going to rise up. And they're going to feel so alone, as we do now. It's not just Arasaka, is what I'm getting at. And I don't want to take away from the strides we're making, because they're good strides. The real thing that needs to be done, is a bold statement. A statement that when Arasaka falls, that we're not going to let Militech swoop in and take claim of their corpse. Like a crustacean fighting off all the bottom dwellers from the whale carcass. No. It shouldn't be. When we take them down, they need to know, Militech needs to know, and the country and the world needs to know, that it was the people who got rid of Arasaka. And not because Arasaka are from another country, but because they're corrupt, plain and simple. I like the development we're making. I really do. But there's a fuck of a lot more fight that's gonna come after we start exposing Arasaka. So, I do still fear. I fear complacency in the public. So let's just hope that we can make enough of a splash that people can't help but see the signs in Militech as well. And even the signs in us. Right, well, that's enough waxing poetic from me. I need a 10-hour nap.
Yorinobu nods and says, Yorinobu nods and says, yes, early on in the war, Militech approached me. They asked me to help them fight Arasaka, to provide intelligence, sabotage. I've worked with other corporations to fight Arasaka, but Militech, no. Still, this is a fight that needs to be fought. And it is not just our generation's fight. The Burrow, more than anything, he wants to see Arasaka dominate the world. He wants Japan to be a superpower once more, with Arasaka at its helm and him as an immortal emperor. I have to stop them. I have to fight. Because if I don't do something, this isn't just our generation's fight against Arasaka. It is every generation's. From 2020 to 2073 and beyond. What we do, this has to be done. Blight, the gas, it's full.
Yep.
You did it. You solved the gas
Yay.
puzzle.
Gas
Meanwhile,
is...
these two waxing poetic.
Yeah. For a solid 10 minutes, the two are just like getting all deep and philosophical, and you're just like standing there like, so am I gonna get us ice cream from the store or what? No.
Gas is full. You guys ready to go home?
Yeah, right. I'm ready for a nap, as I said before. Waxing philosophical used to be my job when I was on air.
And
But
with that,
one more thing, Kongo. While I agree the majority of the fight is going to be with Militech and Arasaka at the end of the day, another thing that I think you should think about as well. Like I was talking about before, power vacuums. Someone always swoops in. It's not about dismantling certain big names and corporations. It's about dismantling the system that lets them go to power.
he nods and says, I understand.
It goes up and up and up.
See you back at camp.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he gets on the bike, drives off into the night, and you follow him off back into another Night City night, and following Congo off into the night, off into the future. And that is where we're going to end the session.
Woohoo! We did it.
Hell yeah. We did it!
A little bit early this time, but
Honestly, early
fewer players.
Early is still better than late, I'd say, especially
It's my
considering the
job
time.
as an IRL. I don't know if I would consider myself I don't think I am at the point where I am punk in the sense of how I sometimes dress very punk, but in my ideals I am very punk. It is my job to say that, hey, corporations are fucked up. And it's all connected in a giant system that goes beyond just
For real.
corporations
For real.
and into the law that protects them and cultivates them. It is not one singular entity that is the problem, it is the collective. It is how these things happened. So, fight! That's all
Oh,
from
yeah.
me.
I'm just here like, I think it's funny when corporations fight each other. It's the funniest shit to watch burn down.
It is. I'm at the point in my life where I'm just like, yeah, but it all goes deeper at the end of the day. We gotta dismantle the whole system. That I just like, I see any corporation at any point, even if they're fighting one another, I'm just like, ew.
Alright, if that's the end of the session, then I would like to make a few announcements. This is the less important one, I guess, in a sense. First of all, no Apex and Aberrations tomorrow. I mentioned this during break, but I want to make it clear here once again. I have a buttfuck ton of projects, well, not a lot, but they're pretty big projects. I'm participating in an Apex dating sim where I will be drawing stills for one of the characters. I also am participating in a Halloween zine. The two deadlines, both of them ended up having the deadline of August 1st, which is next week, and I'm like, why do I do this to myself? So that's the less important announcement. The more important announcement, if I go to my media tab and scroll down a little bit, where is it? Chance, any way we can stop the ambience for just a little over a minute?
Oh.
One sec.
I'm shouting this out because we're not on
I think
here. You're
I
not
know
on
what it
stream. Get
is.
over here, you stupid window.
Yo!
Here we are. Let me make this full screen. But here's a little teaser for what's coming up. I hope you guys can hear this.
My name is Peter M. Parker.
My name is Ophelia
I can.
Octavius.
My name is not something you know.
My name is Pacific Parker.
My name is Max Monroe.
My name is Pietro Price.
My name is Maya Brightsoul.
The name's Emmerich. Emmett Emmerich.
My name is... well, we're not sure.
And the past
6 months.
6 months.
For the last year?
2 years.
And after 2 years,
4 years.
5 years.
8 years.
27 years.
Ultimo. I'm almost there. Come on. Just one more jump. Yippee!
Woohoo! I'm sincerely praying this doesn't get copyright struck.
Oh, it hasn't been getting copyright struck on my channel, so it's completely. You should be fine.
All
It's
right.
been. I've been flying under the radar on my end.
Point being, this will be coming up soon. You'll be seeing Dean as the DM, and me and Chance, and Keith if he was here,
Yes.
as players in this. It's a huge mini campaign, which is quite
Absolutely massive.
quite the I forgot the word, but you know what I mean.
Undertaking?
Not undertaking.
Experience.
No, like large mini campaign. That's like, what's the word?
Campaign.
Campaign.
No, not campaign.
Mini campaign.
It's
Large campaign.
it's a large mini campaign. You guys get the idea.
It's
So-
a massive miniature
I
campaign.
got it. I know the word. Large mini campaign.
yeah.
Mini large campaign.
So
I got the word mini campaign.
absolutely,
Large
funny.
campaign.
absolutely be on the lookout for that. Follow Dean on their socials at BirdlyManLiz on Twitter and Tumblr. Although let's be fair, rip Twitter.
L
Uh.
Twitter. No rip. No peace for Twitter. Just L.
And as a last sort of plug, I have my updated comm sheet on Twitter. If you like the art, if you like the art style, if you like the samples, or you like what you see in my media tab, absolutely feel free to commission me.
Do it.
Work hours got cut a little bit this week, so instead of getting 18, I'm getting 13 now,
Oh, fuck.
which is unfortunate. And as always, prices, new payments that I have to keep making are coming up way more now, and I just don't exactly have the time to be running all of these or doing all these campaigns and working full time. So the art commissions really would help. All help is appreciated, whether it's just a retweet or you just want a really simple sketch of a bust.
Go commission Kyra. Do
Yeah.
it.
And
This
again,
Do
is
it.
a big request.
And as one last sort of thing, while there is no Apex and Aberrations tomorrow, around 12 or so, or whenever I wake up, there is going to be a big post of a big project that I have spent actually a month doing when I checked my time lapse
Yes.
details. It has indeed been a month. I started this June 27th.
I'm so excited.
So yeah, I've definitely been posting whip shots, and the finished product is probably like not as like mind blowing as it is in my head. But
No, shush, shush. It is so much fucking work you put into it, and it shows already. I've only
Oh
seen the
God.
whips, but it's absolutely fucking incredible.
But yeah.
Do not sell yourself short. It is like, this is legitimately, it's giving me the vibes of like a Renaissance painting. It's so fucking good.
Oh my God, that's one way to say it. But
It legit. I do not lie. I never lie in my life.
thank you. But
It's true.
yeah.
It fucks.
So keep a lookout for that. That is going to be up on Twitter around 12 or so, or again whenever I wake up, because I thought I fixed my sleep schedule, and then it didn't get fixed.
No.
So here we are.
Really?
On and oh yeah.
That's all the announcements I want to make. You two are up for anything that you want to add?
Okay. Yeah. Cool. Everything that you just said. Also.
Oh.
Okay. So I had a thought. If you're not doing Apex and Aberrations, but I don't think anybody else really was planning on canceling, or like not attending Apex. But also, but you, Dean and Keith, are both in that game and also in this game. What if we use that time slot for another one shot?
Ooh, that could be something.
It's a maybe for me because I also have a ton of commissions to do.
That's fair. If you
Yeah.
don't want to, that's fine. All I need is Keith.
Yeah. Kidnap Keith. Do it.
Yeah, I'll be there. I'll be there to stream it, but I probably won't be saying anything.
I'll go bug him about it.
Yeah.
Go bug him.
Yeah.
I'll be doing art.
Yeah.
Yeah, my announcements. This Friday, 4:30 Eastern Standard Time for Cursed One's Ride or Die Session 13. We are reaching the end of the Ride or Die and Shell Shock arcs, and the party will very soon be reunited for some exciting times. So we are reaching the end game of both of the series right now. So if there's ever a time to tune in, this is where shit's about to get fucking epic. It's gonna be really cool. Trust me. Last session of Shell Shock was fucking amazing, and my players are great. So if you want to come see some absolute like cowboy chaos, then join me Friday 4:30 for Ride or Die, which is part of my main campaign, The Cursed Ones, which I have a VOD channel for. It's all on my Twitch page and stuff. You can find all the links to all my stuff there. Alongside that, I'm also doing commissions right now because I'm out of a job and I'm hemorrhaging money. So if you want to commission me, like Kyra said, it's at Birdman Liss. Liss is LYSS, and then Birdman.
Commission
So,
Dean,
yeah.
commission us. We're so good
Commission
at art.
Kyra. We are fucking incredible at art. Only other thing is that, yeah, the Spider-Verse 1 3-shot is happening very soon. I'm super excited for it. Current estimate based on the when to meet that we scheduled is, and please, no one quote me on this because I'm sure I'll make an actual announcement like when it's gonna happen.
Clipping it right now.
No, we're currently thinking Monday the 31st, so it's
I
a maybe.
would be down for that. Yeah.
Hell yeah, because
Monday
it was
I
on
should
your...
be off of work too.
Yeah, it was on like everyone's availability, so it
So
works.
We have like how many players is in that? Like 9
It's a
or
lot.
something?
It's so many. It is 9 players.
Are we all like gonna be in the same like game or like session?
Yeah,
I will
yeah,
behave.
yeah. We're gonna have a small, tiny, probably session 0 to like talk or like a small get together beforehand. So that's why everything's up in the air on what time we're actually gonna start doing that. It's gonna be hectic. It's gonna be chaotic, but it's gonna be super fun.
I saw some discussion about having the session 0 on Sunday, but I know you also said that's Cursed Ones, I think.
It is Cursed Wednesday, but I actually was the one who said possibly doing a session 0 on Sunday. Wait, hang on, I'm checking my own scheduling.
Worst
Oh
comes-
god, what fucking day is things?
Worst comes
Yeah.
to worst, I can absolutely do Thursday morning before the one shot if Chance decides to do it, and if the one shot is not there, I'm absolutely open for a session 0 tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll figure that out. That's not stuff that the stream has to worry about. That's
Oh,
stuff
yeah,
for me
good
to
point.
figure out. I love scheduling. But yeah, no, Spider-Verse stuff is happening at the very least soon, is what I can say. So yeah, we'll have to figure out more stuff about that then. Thank you for letting us advertise as always, Kyra.
Of course!
And thank you, Chance, for the game.
Thank you
it's
so
fun.
much. It is...
Yeah.
I love
God.
Cyberpunk.
It is such a
I'm
fun
loving doing
world.
this with you guys.
It's quickly becoming one of my favorite systems. I love how snappy everything is.
It's such a nice system.
I
I'm like literally.
I literally love how the character sheet has like all the buttons for you to roll, and I'm like, thank God.
Yeah, holy shit. It's so functional. We love function.
Yeah, this is a really nice. I kind of want to actually run someday in the future. I kind of want to see if I can't run a game like not even in the Cyberpunk world, but like using the system because like this is a pretty versatile like little system.
Yeah, it's not bad.
There's so much like all of those skill checks. I feel like you can do almost anything with this system. I'm probably gonna do the same.
Oh yes. Speaking of doing anything with the system, well, yeah, nah, you'll see. You'll see in the future.
Oh
It's
boy.
okay.
Oh boy.
We are going back in time to the JFK assassination.
It'll be fun. I got plans.
I'm ready.
But yeah, I don't really have anything else to say. I'm pretty sure.
I think I
I'm
got
So,
all my
myself.
announcements taken care of.
Okay, in that case, thanks for anyone who watched. I'm 90% sure that our only viewers are like Anthony and like us.
Hey,
we
Looney
watch our
was
own
in here a
stream.
little bit.
Don't
Oh yeah,
sleep
Looney was
on,
here for a little bit.
Don't sleep on Jay the Wizard. We fucking
Yes.
love Jay the Wizard.
Jay the Wizard.
Thank you, Jay
what
the
a G.
Wizard.
Jay the
that
Wizard,
James?
my beloved. No, that is
No,
Jay the Wizard.
Pixelated Astronaut is James.
Yeah. This
Is
is
that
Jay
just
the
some-
Wizard. Are you about to slander Jay the Wizard?
Wait, does anyone here know Jay the Wizard? Is Jay the Wizard just a guy
Jay the
from?
Wizard, Jay the
From
Wizard is
Summoned.
the swaggest person known to man.
No, undoubtedly.
Yeah. Hi, Jay.
Hi, Jay.
Jay says, "Hey guys."
Hello.
I don't know because I know that I posted a link to this stream in the Cyberpunk Discord, so I don't know if that's where he
No,
he found it from.
he was on Dean's chat last time. I remember that.
Ah,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. Jay tends to watch Cursed Ones, and Jay once
there
again
it is.
yeah. Jay is the most swag person of all time. This is true. I can attest as the Cursed Ones creator and DM. My word is law. Jay the Wizard 013 is swag.
Most excellent.
We love
All
the
right,
support. Okay.
I'm gonna let's leave. Maybe I should like recommend a movie or something at the end of every session, because like I've been watching a lot of Cyberpunk movies lately.
Nimona.
Nimona
Yeah,
is not.
that is one. I haven't
it's
seen
not
it yet. I'm gonna watch it.
Cyberpunk,
It's
but
so good.
it's so good.
It's not Cyberpunk. Apparently it's just good.
It's not
It's
Cyberpunk.
It's cyber fantasy.
It's sci fantasy, which is actually like the exact theme of like the first campaign that Chance ran for us.
That is true. Yes.
So it was I was so happy to see it.
And anyways, at any rate, movie recommendation for this week. Technically, I named this session Burst City after this 1982 Japanese cyberpunk film, but I haven't actually watched it. So I'm going to actually recommend Johnny Mnemonic with Keanu Reeves. That movie's amazing. That's so good. It's such a good movie. Everyone should watch it at least once and then watch it again. No, wait, Hackers. Hackers is the one I'm going to recommend. With Matthew Lillard
Yay.
and Angelina Jolie because of Spider Murphy. We had Spider Murphy this session, so I guess it's more appropriate.
I recommend Ringu 1998 because I reference it a lot. Ringu is really good.
I recommend Nimona if you want to spoil my character from for Spider-Verse.
Strange Days. Strange Days is the one that I was actually going to watch next. I was going to watch that like tonight or something.
Ooh.
Thank you for that one, Jay. Yes. Okay. With that said and done, time to get out of here. 8 p.m.
Bye, chat.
I gotta skedaddle.
Thank you for watching.
I'm running from the law. JFK is coming. Run.
See you tomorrow or next time or whatever.
We'll see.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.